Alright, I think it's playing the intro. Oh, no, I didn't do the thing. Hold up. Let me put there you go. Hey, guys, welcome to the stream. I have a special guest with me, as always, Cameron. Cameron, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, today we're gonna be discussing, Deadpool and Wolverine, some Comic-Con things, and some things about like Marvel and DC. A lot of the big news that happened in San Diego. We have a lot of thoughts on it, but we're gonna try to get it all in 2 hours, 2 or 2.5 hours. We'll see how it goes. Also, bear
Mm.
with me, guys, because I'm not feeling too great. But we've been delaying the stream for a while. It's supposed to be on Friday, then we moved it to Saturday and Sunday. But I think we finally made it work, even with me not feeling good. And uh, yeah, everything's all set. Ready to talk about Deadpool, Cameron?
Yeah, I
All
am.
right. All right, cool. Let's start off with talking about our thoughts on Deadpool. And look, we have some fancy new features now with the stream. Uh, we can make pictures appear. It's technology, right? But
Yeah.
yeah. So, what did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine?
It was honestly beautiful. It was great.
Yeah, you really liked the movie. What
Yeah,
rating would you give it?
probably a good 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It was great.
Oh, oh wow. Yeah,
I
that's
think I've seen it. What will be on 4 times now?
ooh.
Four on Saturday. Oh, Tuesday. Sorry.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it when it first came out. I think when did you see it? Thursday, wasn't it? Saw it on the Thursday on in 2D. Then we saw it in 4DX. Then we saw it in 3D, just standard 3D, and now we're seeing it in 3D again on Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've seen it 2 or 3 times, I think. I've seen the first time in IMAX. I saw, like, opening day, and then the other 2 times I saw it standard, and then also I've seen the ending, like, a million times because I work in a movie theater.
Mm.
I'm always, like, ushering during the ending of the scene with the Madonna song. Oh my god. But, oh, yeah, that's really cool. That's really high praise. Yeah, I'd give it, like, I gave it like an 88%. I really did like the movie. I know some people are hating on it, but I do feel like the movie was really good. But it does have its issues for me that keeps it from being great. Like the story, it's a little bit all over the place. I don't know if you'll agree. Um, with the story, kind of being, you know, like it's just a bit all over the place, and the villain was really weak too. Oh, she was really overpowered, but the writing for the villain was pretty weak in my opinion. I don't know if you agree.
But to be honest, I think they did a pretty good job considering they also had a writer's strike during this that people keep forgetting about.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we
So they
did.
had to they had to deal with a writer's strike, and then on top of that, I think they had reshoots. I
They
mean,
stopped.
yeah, every movie goes through reshoots, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
that doesn't help either.
yeah. They stopped production for. I mean, they started production. I think that when they first started was during the that opening whole part. Like you saw the set leaks, right? With the big Fox thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's when they first started production, and then they stopped right after that. So they only got like a little bit of filming done, and then they started back up, and they were able to improvise again. And I think they stopped production for like 5 months, and you could tell like Hugh Jackman looks older, and like at some point in the movie, it's like okay, I watched this part. He looks a little bit older. His hair's a little bit different, but that stuff didn't bother me though. Yeah, maybe the writer's strike did affect some things, I still thought it was really good. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the
I'm saying
yeah.
people need to take that into consideration when watching the film. There was a writer's strike.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, last writer strike happened was during X-Men Origins of Wolverine. That completely
Yeah.
ruined that film.
To be fair, I heard the script was already unfinished as it was when they sent it into production
For which Deadpool?
for X-Men Origins.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they kept, like, doing weird stuff with the script. Ryan Reynolds said, like, his all of his lines were, like, just talk really fast, and then they sewed his mouth shut.
I'm pretty sure all these lines were improvised because he was added in last minute.
Yeah, all of his lines were improvised. He said, like, his lines, like, on the script, it just says "talked fast." That was it. Like, as an
Yeah,
actor, like, what are you supposed to do with that?
yeah, you can't do anything with that.
Yeah, but, yeah, luckily we have the real version of Deadpool and Wolverine team up.
It came a long way.
Yeah, we came a long way from him being Weapon 11 with freaking laser eyes and teleportation. I'm like, what the hell is this? To real Deadpool, real Wolverine. And it was really awesome seeing Wolverine in the costume. Like, way overdue, you know?
Yeah.
It was
But
long
to
overdue.
be fair, I think I've been thinking about it a lot. Comic book movies have evolved a lot since like the 2000s, and that's why
Def-
I don't think we haven't got it yet because they haven't been. Maybe it's a thing with Fox; they haven't been able to sign off a deal with it. I don't know, but maybe that's why we haven't got it.
yeah, Fox, I don't know. It's weird because Bryan Singer was really against the superhero costumes. That's why we didn't like in the early 2000s. He gave them leather costumes, and then I don't know why we didn't get it for Origins of Wolverine, and then the Wolverine didn't give him his costume. Days of Future Past kind of gave him a costume that was like his costume from from the comics, the Days of Future Past costume. I thought that looked pretty cool. Um, yeah, and then I mean, it makes sense for Logan not to. I guess it just like was badly timed. I think he should have gotten it in the Wolverine and Origins of Wolverine though. It made no sense why he didn't have any kind of costume. But now we do, and it looked freaking beautiful, especially when he put on the mask. Oh,
People are really taking the piss out of the mask, saying it was like really bad
what?
because it was CG when he was putting it on.
It didn't look CG to
Yeah, I think
me.
it was. I think it was CG when he was putting the mask on.
We'll have to see behind the scenes, but I could have sworn like the mask was real at times. I mean, there was
No, no,
probably
I think putting on the mask was CG, but the rest of it wasn't CG apart from the eyes.
gotcha. Yeah, that would make sense. I think that was CG as well. Now thinking about it, but I mean, it looked good. Everything looked really great. And I watched the movie with my dad the first time, and he's a big Wolverine fan, and he hasn't like really felt super happy with movies recently, except with Top Gun Maverick, because that was a movie he had growing up, loved growing up. But he was like really happy seeing the suit. I'm sure a lot of Wolverine fans were like so happy to see him put on the mask. It was like 24 years in the making, you know?
I think it was really well timed as well because you also have X-Men '97 that came out. Was it this year or last year? I can't remember
Y-
now.
Yeah, it was this year, and it was really good.
Yeah, so you also have that in his comic book costume, and then you got this in live action. I think it's really well timed.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it looked great. I hope we get to see more Hugh Jackman in the costume. Um,
Until he's 90, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that was funny. I hope that's. I mean, I don't want to see him until he's 90. We're gonna need a new Wolverine. Maybe not Hugh Jackman. Henry Cavill. Maybe he can take over at
I
this
think
film.
they are looking for another Wolverine.
What's that?
I think they are going to look for another actor to play Wolverine.
Yeah, it would be cool to see him. Um, it would be cool to see him. Henry Cavill again as Wolverine, maybe in Secret Wars or something like that. I think that would be
Yeah,
pretty
I,
cool.
I think that's what they're aiming for. They're going to have all the Spider-Mans in Secret War. They're going to have like all the Avengers back and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that later with that big news drop. Oh, I have lots of things to say about that. Um, but yeah, I thought it was really good. Definitely has its issues. I know the writer's strike was involved, but I feel like certain things could have been better. It definitely had heart. It had really great emotional moments too, like the Madonna scene near the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
with
didn't know. I didn't think they were actually going to add that into the trailer. To be honest, like the film I meant from the
yeah.
trailer.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it played really well, especially in the end with the choir music. It was like an emotional version of the song, and I was just that gave me goosebumps big time. And yeah, that ending was really good. That it had some really nice heartwarming moments, you know, like pulled on the heartstrings a bit. And I was surprised. I was like, I'm getting this in a Deadpool movie, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, any well, we're gonna still talk about Deadpool, but, any more things you wanna say before we, talk about did the film hold up to your hype and all that from the topics list?
I have heard a lot of negative reviews on Deadpool, but it's very baseless from what I've been seeing. So like, they've just gone, "Oh, the movie was bad." I'm like, okay, but like, where's your examples? Or how was it bad?
Right. You
And then they go, "Oh, well, the eyes were too big on Wolverine's mask." I'm like, okay, but you don't complain about Deadpool's mask, which is, from what I'm seeing, the exact same like length it is on the eyes on both masks.
yeah. Um I haven't seen too many negative things about Deadpool Wolverine. I mean, I've seen some, but it seems like most people's problems with Deadpool, especially I saw like one YouTuber I really respect. He like really went in on the film.
Jeez.
I was like, you know, that's his opinion. You know, he's someone I kind of model my channel after a little bit. I don't want to name drop him or anything, but I am a really big fan. But he made like a whole 30-minute video essay and really went in onto the film and like talked so much. I was like, wow, that's what you got from the film. Okay. Everyone's got their opinions, but yeah, some people are definitely not too happy with this. And they felt like it disrespected Logan. I've seen that. Um
I mean,
you,
they literally already talked about Logan in the beginning of the film and how he's not coming back and how they're choosing different Wolverine variants and stuff. So I don't really understand that point.
it's because they brought back X-23. Um they said like her timeline, like she got pulled from her timeline and plugged in somewhere else. They feel like just seeing Hugh Jackman back and the way they did it, it was like some sort of disrespect. And also
Yeah,
that
but
beginning.
like, not no one fucking said anything about No Way Home when they pulled all the villains from all the other Spider-Mans.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's because Logan is like seen as this like masterpiece and
But so was all the other Spider-Man films.
yeah, I know. I think it's
Apart from
because
Spider-Man, apart from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
and Spider-Man 3. That's pretty rough. Have you ever seen that?
I have, yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, but like, do you feel like that film was pretty bad? I mean, with Spider-Man 3.
Um, to be fair, I think it's more bearable to watch than it is with The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
At
um,
least, at least it's so bad it's funny.
I guess so. We'll probably talk about that another time. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I guess because those Spider-Man didn't have an ending as well. Like Logan had like a definitive ending, and it was like a masterpiece. Don't want to touch it type of thing. And Spider-Man 3 was awful, and the Spider-Man 2 was bad as well. And they didn't really get like proper endings. So I guess that's why people are okay with them coming back. But yeah, I've seen that as a criticism that this film
But the
just
villains had an ending. Doc Ock died, Electro died, Lizard died.
yeah, that's true. I don't yeah, I guess people really love Logan.
But
um
they didn't touch Logan. Like that whole bit's gone. Like X-23 could have been from a different timeline as far as they're aware.
yeah, that's true.
But it was never established. That I don't think it was established. And I've seen this film nearly 4 times. That it was Logan's timeline. I don't think it was ever established. Correct me if
Um
I'm wrong, but I don't think it was ever established that it was that variant.
trying to remember. I see people joining in and out of the stream. If you guys want to comment anything, ask us any questions, just let us know or plug something in the into the chat, but, um, no, I remember she had her glasses from Logan.
Yeah, but that could have been any alternate
Yeah,
timeline of X-23 having glasses and
yeah,
Logan dying.
yeah, that was the only thing was the glasses and, they kinda implied it, but it wasn't really it wasn't confirmed. It wasn't like saying, "Oh, this is X-23 from the Logan timeline," or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like, there's no,
yeah.
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was any established points saying that this is the exact X-23 from Logan.
No, yeah, I don't believe so. I don't think so. Um, yeah, but I've seen that as a criticism a good amount was it disrespected Logan. It was too much cameos. Like the cameos were, I felt like the cameos were done really well. Like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that film did horrible with the cameos.
Yeah,
They
yeah, it did. Yeah,
like that pissed me off. I was like, what? This felt like just a cash grab. Like you're just gonna shake it in front of our face and then kill them off in like 3 seconds in the dumbest way possible. Um,
yeah,
but but they all had their moments. They all worked. It was like seeing early 2000 superhero movies on the big screen. It was really cool seeing them all team up and stuff.
yeah. But like, we're gonna get cameos now because we're in a multiverse film.
Yeah.
So like, what are people expecting? It's part of the
I
multiverse now.
well, people have problems with the multiverse these days. Like people are like so done with them, and I'm still down for the when the multiverse story is told really well. I'm still a big fan. You know.
Yeah, like from day one, I guess. From like, maybe I'll say maybe Thor Ragnarok, we sort of had an idea where they were going with the story, with the multiverse.
Right. Wait, from Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, I'll say from Thor Ragnarok, you should sort of get like an idea of where they're going with like Infinity War, then you got Endgame, then you got all these multiverse time travel stuff, and then you go, oh, okay, so it's a traveling time, they got all this equipment now, and then you go from there, and you're like, oh, okay, so they're building up to something big after Endgame.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, that's
But I
true.
think I think the one that proper established all the multiverse stories is definitely No Way Home.
Yeah, that was our first multiverse anything. I felt like well, with No Way Home, the way the multiverse was able to happen with that spell. I love No Way Home. I love it more than this movie, in my opinion.
No, I think
But
Doctor Strange did it first, actually. Now I think about it.
Spider-Man No Way Home was before Doctor Strange. But I think when when they talk about the quantum mania, the quantum universe, I
Hold,
think they
hold on, it was Ant-Man, wasn't it? That did it before Doctor Strange with all the multiverse stuff. I might have been wrong.
um well, Ant-Man 3, that came out after No Way Home, and
No,
that
I mean
came
the
out
first Ant-Man film when he goes
I
into the quantum realm.
yeah, I think they brought up things with the multiverse in the first or second one, I believe,
Yeah,
when they talked about the quantum realm. Um, but yeah, Doctor Spider-Man: No Way Home was when we first were able to get access to the multiverse, and the way it was done, though, I'm not gonna lie, was like I love that film, but when he was like the spell, messing with the spell, and then that somehow brings in a whole multiverse collision event, I felt like that wasn't that great. But I feel like they could have built up to the multiverse a bit better, especially with how they handled multiverse and madness. But the multiverse was used great in this film, in my opinion. Um,
I mean they could have done it a lot more. Like they could have made a really bad film.
what Deadpool or
Yeah, with Deadpool and Wolverine, they could have made it like they could have
really
just made it a really bad
cash
film.
grabby?
Yeah, like they
Yeah,
could have made the most cameoed film going, just like I don't know,
and
throw in like
they're
Spider
only
Man.
there for
I
3
don't know.
seconds.
They could have done loads of different things with the film.
Yeah, definitely.
But no matter what film you release, people are gonna whinge and moan about it.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like some of the criticisms are deserved. I don't think it's a bad film though, in my opinion at least. I feel like it was a really good film with issues, but it felt like a nice love letter to Fox, and it was a great team up. I can't wait to see this duo back together. Had some nice emotional moments, some solid writing moments. Um, and yeah, I think it was really good.
Oh yeah, that's what I've seen people go on about. The music, apparently it was really bad.
They said the music was bad.
Yeah, I heard someone saying the music was quite bad.
Oh, I passionately disagree with that. That the music went fire in this. Like they played some really great classics in this movie. Especially when Deadpool and Wolverine come back from, he's like, "Hi, hi." Well, I forgot what he says to the to what's the bad guy's name? The British guy. Um,
Mr. Paradox.
yeah, when he talks to Mr. Paradox. And they played the I just want to you know, I can't sing that song because I'll get copyrighted, but that song was really great. The Madonna song was really great. Um, and
They
yeah,
baited us with the Greatest Showman,
yeah, yeah. They like for a split second they played that. That was hilarious. I got all
but
the references in this.
I'm not sure whether that was a rights issue or not. If they could only play like 2 seconds of the song,
Probably,
because
yeah. Because I
I
don't.
know sometimes you have to buy the song, like actually buy it off them to play it.
Yeah,
And I think that's why they couldn't use the Beatles song in Doctor Who because of the fact that they had that exact problem. They couldn't use the song, but they wouldn't let them.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, I think, yeah, they probably were only able to play for a few seconds, but it was still funny though. I was like, "Oh, I got that, British Showman," because it's, I got all the references. I don't think everybody in my theater at least got all the references. Like, a lot of people don't know Hugh Jackman's divorced, and they poked fun at that. They poked fun at Jennifer Garner and
That
Ben
was
Affleck.
dark.
It's funny.
That
It's like
divorce joke was dark.
I know. It's like it's cool that he can like. I mean, it's a sad thing, but it's cool that
I'm
he could
really
like.
surprised Hugh Jackman let that in.
Yeah, I guess he can make fun of himself, which is awesome. And also the amount of jokes about Disney and um all the jabs at them, that was really hilarious. And like, oh, Marvel, you're kind of joining on a low point, but it's like it's like it's cool that that's what Deadpool does in the comics. Like that. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
really awesome to see him do that and talk about other heroes other than what's going on in the Fox universe. Like, I mean, it was cool when they did that in the first 2 Deadpool movies, but it feels like Deadpool's true potential can fully be realized now that he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He talks
Yeah,
about the
people are saying, what are they going to do with Deadpool now? They keep putting him in 15 films, like R-rated films, or they're going to put him into like PG-13 films or something. And
um,
I'm like, yeah, they're going to put him in a PG-13 film with Spider-Man or something, because Deadpool will be like, oh, I can't swear because it's a PG-13 film.
yeah, or they could put Spider-Man with Deadpool and make it rated R, which I think that's what
Oh, I don't know if I'd do that because of Spider-Man. It's
Sony.
sort of well, it's not even that. It's that Spider-Man's a very like, I guess, children-related character. So a lot
Um,
of children go to watch Spider-Man more
that
than Deadpool.
That is true, but in the comics, like, he's gone to really like, I appreciate, like, the kids, like, angle that they go with the Spider-Man movies, but, like, I mean, it's not a kids movie, but it's more aimed towards
Yeah,
kids and
that's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
got a
but
more kid audience rather than Deadpool's a more mature audience.
yes, and same thing Wolverine is a more mature audience than, kids, but I feel like at some point they need to pull the training wheels off of Spider-Man and really because in the comics, Spider-Man goes into really dark places. Like to me, like Spider-Man should be meant for like older adult teenagers to like young adults. Like his stories go really dark at times and like, I just wanna see the full potential of Spider-Man realized. Like, I don't want, like, a rated R Spider-Man, but I think it could work
I think they
in
are doing a rated R Spider-Man film. I think they're doing Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage.
yes, yeah, they're doing a live action series, which should be interesting, I guess. They're doing, like, a live action Spider-Man Noir series on Amazon. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Nicolas Cage is kinda old to be doing doing a Spider-Man Noir, in my opinion. I think they need someone, like, in their 40s. I think he's, like, in his 60s.
To be fair, they might do something like what they do with the Mandalorian, where Nicolas Cage will voice him and someone else will do the stunts.
Oh, yeah, that's most definitely. I don't see Nicolas Cage, like, doing any flips anytime soon. He's probably gonna break his neck. Gonna be honest. Um,
I don't know. He did really well in Renfield.
he did really well in which film?
Renfield,
Don't think I've ever seen or heard of it. Let me Renfield.
the
Yeah,
vampire.
I've never seen that film. What
Oh,
was it? A vampire film?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong then. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But uh,
I,
what
I
was it?
don't think he did like backflips and stuff. But I know he like went into makeup and I think he did like some sort of fighting and stuff in that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's been a long time since I watched the film, so I could be wrong.
Um, yeah. We'll see what happens with Spider-Man Noir. It's coming out in like a year or so. But yeah. Back to back to Deadpool and Wolverine though. Yeah, I definitely yeah, I disagree with the some of the extreme negative things, especially in the music. The music was amazing. I'm really surprised people are saying that.
The
But
LFG music was great. The one where Blade walks in and all that.
oh dude, yeah. Seeing Blade was so awesome. Like oh dude, like I grew up watching Blade, probably way too young watching those movies, but
Yeah, yeah,
Blade Wesley Snipes, that was I did not expect um, that cameo because Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds had like they had beef,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they poked fun at that too. The fact that they had some sort of um like
I mean, it was 24 years ago. Like,
that's
if you
true.
still have beef with someone 24 years later, like
I mean, people really hold grudges in this world. Like
24 years on.
people hold grudges for like 50 or 60 years. There's like siblings that don't talk for like many years, and it's like people are very interesting in this world, that's for sure. And I'm sure in Hollywood,
Yeah.
people really have small egos and like small capacities for those things, you know?
I mean, it depends what you did, but like, I think just not getting along with an actor, then you're like, it's like 24 years later. I think you just need to let that go.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely. And I've seen like football players too. Like I'm a big Eagles fan, and um they have like the quarterback. There was like a quarterback back in the early 2000s. They still talk crap about each other from all the way back in 2000. It's like
Jeez.
they still got beef like 24 years later. It's like people just don't know how to let things go.
Yeah.
They bury the hatchet like 40 years later. But I'm glad that these guys were adult enough to be able to like meet up and like be able to star in this movie because a lot of fans really want this was amazing, like seeing them together, seeing all these characters together, even
Yeah,
Electra.
I was in the theater with my girlfriend, and she was like, "Who the fuck is Blade? Who's
Oh,
Electra?"
nice.
I had to watch the films with her after I watched it, and she was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
okay.
they're pretty cool." I'm like, "Yeah,"
Awesome,
because
awesome.
she hadn't grown up with any of those films.
Right, yeah. That's cool. At
But
least you know
all
who
these
Blade is now.
people walked out in like this epic moment, and she's just like, "Huh? Who's this?"
Yeah, and especially the Gambit one. I know that one confused my dad a bit. He was like, "Why is this one a big deal?" And I had to explain to him like, "Oh, they were trying to do the Gambit movie and weren't able to get made and la la la."
She's like,
But that
"Oh,
was
is that the Gambit from X-Men Origins?" I'm like, "No."
that would have been cool if they brought him, but I much prefer the Channing Tatum uh, Gambit because it sucks that his movie never got made. I think it would have been
Oh,
really cool.
oh, fingers cool.
But yeah, we could talk about. Do you feel like it? I think we kind of already touched upon this, but you think did the movie hold up to like live up to the hype? Do you feel
Oh
like
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it did?
definitely.
Okay, we'll move on from that one. And did it live up to like the trailers? Do you think
Yeah,
like from the
because
trailer?
9 times out of 10, when I'm in the cinema, I'm watching all these trailers. I'm like, yeah, they're so cool. And then like I go into the cinema, I'm just like, oh, the trailers were much better. But with
Yeah,
this film, the
that
trailers
happens
match
a
the
lot.
energy that the film did.
Yeah, yeah, especially like Yeah, that happened, I think, with a film I watched recently where I felt like the trailers were amazing, and then I watched it, I was like, "This ain't it."
Was it Trap?
What's that?
Was it the film Trap?
Oh, yes. That was another film where the trailers were amazing, and I watched it, it was like this whole movie was like an advertisement for M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, like, what the hell was this? That
I
film
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really
oh,
bad things about it.
it is disappointing. Like, from what the premise is, it's such a cool premise, and it's the film goes into weird directions. Like, I don't wanna spoil it for you, but it's not the film you're expecting, and it's basically a big advertisement for his daughter's music career. I'm like, "Bro, you got that's like some nepotism right here, like, Jesus Christ." But,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
speaking of nepotism, they got Ryan Reynolds' family to play the Deadpools.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
Blake
baby
oh,
Paul was his baby. He's I think he's newborn.
yeah,
And then you got Kid Paul. I think that was his is it eldest daughter? I'm not sure. And then you got Blake Lively playing Lady Paul, and then he played Deadpool.
yeah. I feel like with stuff like that, like, it's only a short thing, it's like a small part, I feel like if I'm ever making movies, I'd wanna do that with my friends
I
and
mean, I pretty much get the same voice actors every time I do a film because it's just so much easier.
yeah, exactly, you build relationships with people, it's a lot easier to work with them, because starting new relationships, it's a lot tougher,
And
and,
it's not even that; just finding someone else as well. It's just it's a lot of effort, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
yeah.
It's just like you have to sit through like so many people's like emails, write them all out. It's just, and then some of them never get back to you. When you can just go to one of your mates, they'll be like, "Yeah, sure, let me find the time for you," and then boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope to one day do one of your films, that would be pretty cool. I know you've asked me a few times, but, um, yeah, I could lend the voice to, like, a bad guy or something, you know? But, yeah, it's definitely yeah, it's I don't see that as that bad, like, having them as one of the Deadpools. They're not like a main character or anything like what M. Night did in his film, that
I
was
heard
atrocious.
people put a lot of slack on James Gunn for doing it with nepotism.
Eh, I feel like that he hires they're good castings though, they're not just like, "Okay, this is not good," like, hiring his wife here or whatever, and
I
she's a
mean,
great
his
I think
wife,
she's a good
like
actress.
his wife is going to get hired on something of a capacity to either help out or it's going to
Yeah.
be like as a like assistant director or something. Like it's just what you expect. Like you work together.
Yeah, and her character is really cool. Have you watched Peacemaker?
No, I don't know where it is in the UK. We can watch it.
I think it's on HBO Max, but her
I'm not
ca
sure if we have that.
yeah, but, her James Gunn's wife is, in Peacemaker, and she's a really good character. She has, like her the acting's really good, and same thing with his brother, like, the stuff his brothers played, he's fit those roles. It doesn't feel like, "Okay, why is he here?" So it's like, I don't get that criticism
It's
that
because
much.
people want new actors to play new roles.
Yeah, definitely, but I feel like when they fit though, like, they really fit?
I think people are just tired of seeing the same actor all over and over again. It's like, oh, what's that black guy I keep seeing in every film now? Can't say black guy. I can't remember his name now. I keep seeing him every film. He's in Abigail, The Boys. I'm gonna get him up quick. Hold on.
I'm not sure.
He's in
Uh,
like every film now. Hold on. See if I can get him up. Gotta load.
the boys, I know I see
Hold on.
Pedro Pascal in every
There we
film
are.
now.
Giancarlo Esperisto. I see
Oh,
him in every single film now. He's
yeah,
in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. He's in Abigail.
he plays
He's
it.
in
Yeah, he plays the
Captain
same
America, Brave New World, The
Star Wars.
Mandalorian, The
Yeah,
Boys. He
he's a
was
great
in
actor though.
Maxine.
What's that?
He was in Maxine.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
in the Maze Runner, which I watched yesterday. I can't
you watched
escape him.
wait, did you watch him in yesterday?
I watched the Maze Runner.
Oh, yeah, he was in those movies. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turned around and I was like, "Oh fuck, I can't escape you."
Now you gotta see him in Harry Potter. Yeah, that's his next franchise. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. He's almost got all the checklists in.
I was watching Abigail a few months back, and I was like, oh, "Okay, this could be a good film." And then he was in that one. I'm like, "Fuck!" And then I know what's Maxine, and he was in that one. I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't escape you."
He's a really I do like seeing him in a lot of those things because I think he's just that great of an actor.
No,
Like
he's a great actor. I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, I can't escape him.
yeah. I feel that way about Pedro Pascal. I'm like,
Oh no, don't get
I
me started on Pedro Pascal.
he is he's a good actor, but he's a little bit too much in everything. Like I don't think
Yeah,
he should be Mr. Fantastic. He's just like
yeah,
the trendy actor everybody hires, and it's like
yeah.
it's like he's a good actor. I'm not saying anything against him. Like I think he's cool in Last of Us. I don't think he should be in
He's
Gladiator.
gonna
Like
be in two big franchises next year. He's gonna be in Star Wars. Is it
yes,
Star Wars next year? Might be Star Wars next year, or might be the year after.
Mandalorian. Yeah, the Mandalorian season 4 I think is coming out next year, and then they're doing the Mandalorian movie
Yeah, and then he's also gonna be in Marvel as well next year.
as Mr. Fantastic. Yes,
Yeah,
and Gladiator
that
2 this year.
paycheck is gonna be. Whew.
Yep. Yeah, he's still collecting those, and he's apparently Fantastic Four is gonna be have like a big role in Avengers, so he's gonna be in 2026 and 2027. Wow, I can't believe the Avengers movies are. We have to really talk about that. That's 2 years away, and they barely have anything planned for that. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that soon too. But yeah. Any final thoughts on Deadpool? I think we are they gonna be? And then you said you wanted to talk about the runtime. Did you want to talk about that real quick?
Well, I think it was only 2 hours.
Yeah, it was 2 hours and 7 minutes. I
7 minutes
feel
of that is like the credits. I don't think it really counts.
yeah, so yeah, it was, like, about 2 hours, and I felt like it was a perfect length. I mean, I feel like it could have done a few extra hours more, but
Hours.
what's that?
You said a few extra hours more.
Oh, no, sorry, not hours, more like half hour, like a few 10 minutes. It could do, like, another 10, 15 minutes. I don't know why.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
feeling
anyone's gonna sit in there for like 4 or 5 hours watching
no,
Deadpool.
no, that's probably be as long as the Avengers movies, but no.
That'd be as long as the series. You might as well just release a Disney Plus series at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean hours. I meant yeah, like I think it needed a bit more time because I feel like at some points things were a bit rushed, and I feel like I wanted to see more of Deadpool and Wolverine. But I feel like the runtime was pretty good. Solid 2 hours. You're in, you're out. You had a great time with a great laugh. Seeing cameos from my childhood. I think my favorite one was Human Torch. Seeing him back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That I mean, I have a bit of nostalgia for the Chris Evans Fantastic Four movies, um, those 2000s ones, and it was cool seeing him back, and he's a good Johnny Storm, and it's cool hearing him throw F-bombs around and say
Oh
some
yeah,
crazy stuff.
that's a very interesting move they make, especially as it's in the MCU now.
Yeah, they're not afraid to go rated R anymore. They're not
I
afraid for
think it was
characters
like
to say F-bombs.
128 times. I think someone counted.
Yeah, they really pushed that R rating to the maximum. That was like the most F bombs. I think it was more than the other two Deadpool movies. He couldn't. They just want to keep saying it just to rub it in Disney's face. Like,
And all the blood effects as well.
oh yeah, they really overdid that. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way, but they really went with the blood a lot.
And considering it wasn't 18, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I think they pushed it to the most that they could, and I'm glad that they did. You know.
But to be fair, both the Deadpool films prior to that has been a very gory films.
Yes, I think this was the most gory though, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. I think Deadpool getting ripped in half was quite gory.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this was pretty gory.
or,
I feel
or,
like
or
they
when
really
he
pushed it.
blew up in the start of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that was. I feel like I don't think they showed a lot of blood with his blow up, but yeah, that's true. But, yeah, like, I'm really happy with this film. The cameos were done well. Favorite one was Human Torch and Blade. Elektra was there, it was nice to have an extra
But
person
to
there,
be
I guess.
fair, I think Jennifer Garner is like in her 50s now, so she can't do like all the backflips and everything
Oh,
she did
yeah. I
beforehand.
I'm just not the biggest fan of Elektra, especially when it's played by I mean, not Elektra the character, like, that movie
Oh
from
yeah,
NF
yeah, yeah.
yeah, those 2 the Daredevil and Elektra movies were pile of garbage, and that's putting it nicely. They're garbage. Like, my god, what the hell was that?
I
But,
watched it with my girlfriend the other day, the original Daredevil film,
oh
and the amount of
god.
memes that I made.
That
They
whole
still
fight
use them
scene
to this day.
that whole fight scene on the seesaw was like, "What? Who thought of that idea?" Like, I just wanna go in I wanna be in the writer's room. It's like, "Let's have Daredevil and Elektra fight on in a park, in a playground, on a seesaw." It's like, how you got paid to come up with that crap, and that's what you come up with? Like, oh my god. But, yeah, it was she was nice, though. She was nice in the being in the movie, and Gambit was really cool too. X-23 was amazing, her being in there. She had a really nice emotional moment with Wolverine, and I'm guessing one more thing I wanna talk about with X-23, and I guess with the film is, do you think they're gonna use her again for future films? Because she's around
I
at the end of
mean,
the movie.
I mean, she is quite young, the actress. I think she's like 17. I think.
She's 19. I looked it up
Oh,
after.
19. I was close.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a year or 2 younger than me, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
so she's quite young, so she could easily come back.
yeah, I wonder if they
But
set that
but,
up.
but again, like I always say, that's if the actor wants to come back.
Right. I could see her coming back, though. I feel like they kinda set something up with that, and I think she'll probably I don't know what their intention was with have her being at the end of the movie, you know?
I think they found X-23 on their world, maybe. Because if that was an X-23 of another variant, maybe they found this variant of X-23 and
Oh,
just de-aged
wow.
it a little bit. I don't know.
I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, she was just kinda there at the end of the movie without any explanation. I was just like,
Because then, like, if X-23 survived, then did all of them survive?
oh, yeah, they all survived, that they confirmed at the end of the movie that, the TVA were able to save them, all the people from the void. Those
I
people
mean,
that we
I
saw.
heard Wesley Snipes' Blade was coming back in Blade.
Maybe it's possible, that would be pretty cool.
So I think that's
Um,
where they're going. I think they saved all of them for Secret Wars.
yes, I think they'll all be in Secret Wars, at least some of them would be at least. Um, but yeah, anything's possible with X-23. I think they might use her. I have a feeling they might use her again because she has a lot. She's a great actress, honestly. Like she's one of the best up and coming actresses in Hollywood right now.
I
Um,
want to see that actress with Millie Gibson because they're doing they're like the same age. I think that'd be very interesting.
yeah, maybe she can be in Doctor Who or something. Her name's Daphne Keane.
Oh, Daphne Keane, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the actress that plays X-23, but she's a really great actress. And, yeah, I would be cool if she came back in, like, future X-Men films or something. They had some sort of plan with her. That's why they
I
sh
think they are rebooting the X Men.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I think they talked about the Comic-Con X-Men at the Comic-Con thing. I think that's gonna be their next phase of MCU after the Multiverse saga is gonna be the Mutant saga.
I mean, they
Um,
have been hinting at it with Beast in the end credits. I think of the Marvels, and
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
he's gonna probably
with what is it, Patrick Stewart? Am I right?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart is in, Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, I think they have been hinting at it for a while now that they're going to bring back the X Men in some capacity. I think they just had to do some deal stuff, which is what Deadpool was explaining in the beginning.
Yes, yeah, they're definitely gonna be back at some point, after Secret Wars, I believe. But I think they're gonna bring back some of the old X-Men for Secret Wars, though. After Secret Wars, they're gonna reboot, like, complete reboot, and I guess they're gonna combine the Fantastic Four universe and because right now the Fantastic Four movie is gonna be in another universe.
Yeah, and I think Doctor Doom's going to be in that universe, and I think they're going to come into the main universe.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we can start talking about some of the Comic Con news now, unless you want anything, have anything else to say about Deadpool and Wolverine.
I don't think there's much else to really explain. It was just a great movie. Like for once, we have nothing to moan about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say, but um,
I
yeah,
mean, it's made over 500 mil already, but it's not even
yeah,
been out like, what, a week now.
yeah, it's
Just
surprising.
over
Like,
a week.
yeah, and people are like, "Oh, R-rated superhero movies can't make money," and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, that's not true. Yeah, and not everything's got to be PG-13 or kid friendly with a bunch of quips. Like, I hope Marvel. I'm kind of afraid Marvel might learn the wrong lesson with this movie, but I think they're smart enough to learn the right lesson that we want more rated R content. Maybe not like it with Deadpool, like Deadpool humor with every superhero breaking the fourth wall, but I think we
Like
definitely.
what Doctor Who's doing now, yeah?
What's that?
Like what Doctor Who is doing. When they're all
Oh,
breaking the fourth wall.
oh yeah, yeah. That's annoying. What they do with Doctor Who with that. Um, yeah, it's only fun with Deadpool, and it should be fun with She-Hulk, but they did it wrong. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah, just
I
a
don't know
bit.
why the fourth wall breaking in She-Hulk did not feel. It felt forced. It was weird. They did not
I
hire the right.
think it could have been a lot better if they had Deadpool and She-Hulk working together on something.
Yes, I think. I mean, She-Hulk. Yeah, I think that would be cool. But She-Hulk actually broke the fourth wall first before Deadpool. Like she was like one
Oh
of the first
well.
Marvel characters to ever do that, and I feel like the way that maybe they could set it up better in She-Hulk was have it be like part of her power to break the fourth wall, but they went way too meta with it. Like she was like literally like broke out the TV screen and talked to Kevin Feige, and I was like, oh boy, this is weird. It wasn't
She had
funny either.
sex with Daredevil as well.
Yes, yeah,
Daredevil was just thrown in just because.
yeah, to get people to watch it, I guess. But
But I think it was in that his new show, Born Again.
is she in there? The show?
No, I mean Daredevil. He was thrown in to hint at the new show coming out.
Um, yeah, definitely. I think that was part of it. And I think it's because he's a lawyer and she's a lawyer. I think that had something to do with it too. Um, but yeah,
They could have done a lot with that.
well,
If they started off with Daredevil and She-Hulk working on the case, and then realized it was the Abomination or something at the end, and they both fought the Abomination, they could have done a lot with that.
they could have done a lot with that show. That they fumbled the bag big time. Like,
I'm just glad that she didn't twerk in front of the Abomination.
oh yeah, that
Like
scene was.
like what Shooty Gatwa said when he wants to like twerk in front of a Dalek and make it explode or something.
He said that.
He said he was gonna like twerk in front of a monster.
Oh
I can't remember what he actually said. I'll have to get the quote up. Hold on, see if I can find it on Safari, so I don't
yeah,
misquote.
yeah. I mean that's his opinion. Like if he wants to do that, then by all means, like go for it. um, yeah. For people who are watching, we're talking about Doctor Who. Shuyi Gatwa. He's the 15th Doctor. We're big Doctor Who fans. I talk about Doctor Who sometimes on this channel for whoever's watching right now. Um,
Yeah, so he said Shooty Gatwa wants Doctor Who to feature a dance scene where the Doctor destroys a monster with twerking. I wasn't making it up. I knew it.
I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were. I
I
was
knew
like,
it.
wow, like that's his opinion, you know, and he can
To
want
be fair,
that
I
to
can
happen.
see Russell T Davis writing that in.
Russell T Davies, yeah, that's probably we'll probably see that next season, but but yeah, yeah. So let's move on to the next bit
What
of
would you rate Deadpool and Wolverine like in total
um
on like your final watch?
um. I gave it an 88% when I first watched it, like in my review, and I think I'm going to keep it at an 88%. I think it was really, I think it was really good. I think it was definitely a really good movie. It was funny, really funny. Did well with the cameos, respected the cameos. It was a nice love letter to Fox, and it was a nice. Uh, I don't want to say parody, but it was a nice. It was nice to make fun of the MCU. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie.
You said the villain wasn't great.
The villain wasn't good at all. I thought the villain was. They should have done Magneto or something. Um, that whole villain was kind of wasted from the comics, and
It really reminded me of the ancient one from Doctor Strange,
yes, it was like a villain version of the Ancient One, and
like the Wish version.
the what version?
The Wish version.
The Wish version?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
like a low budget version.
Oh, low budget. Oh, okay. Oh, is that Wish means low budget in the
So
UK?
like we have this like online store called Wish and it sells like loads of cheap products.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Um, yeah, it was like a low yeah, it wasn't as good, and that ball cap was really bad at times. I don't know if you noticed her ball cap.
No, I didn't know.
I feel like there was, like, moments where the film got reshot, and it's like, "Okay, she's wearing a ball cap here," the villain. Cassandra isn't that her name, Cassandra?
Yeah, Cassandra Nova. Yeah,
Cassandra Nova, yeah, that villain was weak in terms of writing motivation, like, I remember she let Deadpool and Wolverine go, and then she could've just killed him, like, right then and there, but instead she flicks them with the car and allows them to save the universe. I felt like the writing for the villain could have been I know the writer's strike, but still, it's a problem for me, like,
maybe her power was lessened on that world, so she couldn't use it.
yeah, that's possible, but I feel like the writing for her was pretty weak, and the story at
Because
times
she
wasn't
didn't kill any of the staff either.
The who?
Like the people, the TVA. I don't think she killed any of them.
No, and she could've. It was really she had the power she wiped out the skin of the Human Torch, and then
Yeah.
she kinda had
My thoughts are that either she enjoys seeing them alive and being scared of her, or she couldn't use her power on that world.
if that's the case, they should've explained that better, you know? Like, she was taught to, like and then why does she want the matter machine? Like
I think it was to destroy all antimatter or something like in the
yeah, like,
universe.
what's her motivation? Just
I'll
because
have to
she's
write
like
it down when I see it on
yeah.
Tuesday and send it to you. What her motivation was.
It felt like it was very unclear at times. She let Deadpool Wolverine go, and then she's like, "Mommy and Daddy are talking," and she throws him onto the car, and it's like, "What? Okay." I wish it was better. I feel like the villain could have been better if it was Magneto, and he he was gonna use the antimatter. I don't know what exactly, but to somehow wipe out all
I think it
humans.
was to destroy all the timelines.
Yeah, I feel like the villain should have been Magneto, played by, the young version, because I love that version of the character.
Michael
And,
Fassbender, in it?
yeah, Michael Fassbender, oh, I hope he comes back. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, my fingers are crossed for Secret Wars. I'm a really big fan of,
I think
those
James
versions.
McAvoy said he wants to come back at some
He
point,
I
or
know.
he'll come back.
What's that?
I think he said he'll be happy to come back.
Yeah, he did. I really wish he was in this, and I really wish if this was a since this was a love letter to Fox, I would think you would have more like X-Men like, this is, like, the goodbye to the Fox universe, like, have Professor X in this or Magneto. That's just my opinion, though, but
That's if they wanted to come back. They might have been busy with other schedules, or might have had other
he
projects,
James
or
McAvoy said he wasn't even approached to come back in this.
oh wow.
Yeah, and I think they did that for a lot of other people too. They just didn't even
I
ask
just
them.
don't think they wanted to squeeze as many cameos as they could in there. I mean, they just wanted to put the ones that they wanted to put in there to not make it too overcrowded.
I feel like I feel like it could have worked with a few more cameos, especially in that ending scene. Maybe they just ran out of money or something, but or they're saving them for Secret Wars. But I feel like they definitely could have used if you rework this movie a bit, you add Professor X in there, make Magneto the villain. I think that's what I think this would have worked a lot better in my opinion. If you had Professor X and Magneto, at least those 2 in this because this is the end to the Fox universe, and I feel like you kinda need them to be in this, either played by McAvoy or
I
Stewart
mean, the
or
Fox
both.
universe is still intact, so they could
Yeah.
easily jump back to that universe. It's not destroyed.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably see him again in Secret Wars, but like, if this was, like, the true love letter that they were saying, I think it would've been better. Not saying, like, this is bad or anything. I think it would've been better if those 2 were in the movie as well, and Magneto was the villain. I think something that could've been interesting was if Magneto wanted to wipe out all humans in all the timelines and, like, preserve all the mutants. That would've been something really cool and interesting and motivation that makes sense, and something, like, really big, like, I think that would've worked better, honestly, if they had Magneto and his motivation was to wipe out all humans in all timelines.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I think that would have been better, or someone like Magneto.
I think Doctor Strange could have been an interesting addition to the roster.
Um, yeah, that would be something interesting. Maybe like Sam Raimi's version of Doctor Strange, like maybe not played by Benedict Cumberbatch, but like the version of Doctor Strange Sam Raimi wanted because he was talking about making a film at one point.
Mm.
In like the early 2000s, he wanted to do a Doctor Strange movie. And I think he had a script idea for it too.
I mean, didn't he also direct Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But, yeah,
Mm.
maybe we can get, like, an alternate version of Doctor Strange. That would've been interesting. Or Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider could've been in this. That would've been pretty cool.
I think Nicolas Cage is quite busy already with
Yeah.
Spider-Man Noir and other projects.
Like, that one movie I saw from him that I didn't like, what was that? Did you see Long Legs? Did you see Long Legs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did
I saw
not
that.
like that.
Yep, I saw Long Legs.
You saw it on what?
I saw Long Legs. Yep.
Oh, you did? Did you like it?
uh, it was okay.
A lot of people are loving that film. I'm like, I don't see it. And my roommate that I'm getting for university, he was like talking to me about like how much he loved the film. I'm just like, I just disagree. Like I did not see any of those things. But
I think it's a film I just watched the once, to be honest.
it definitely had great directing, like, it had great directing, and it felt unique to a lot of normal modern blockbusters, but the story just wasn't there for me. It was kinda weird at times. I was like, "Where okay, so is this, what's that movie? Silence of the is this a Silence of the Lambs, or is this a devil movie? Like, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was strange, but, anyway, yeah. Yeah,
Have
that's
you
my final.
seen what other films that came out? Maxine, that was a good film.
I didn't get a chance to see that yet.
Oh,
I saw the bike Dune Part 2 and The Bike Riders. Those are my 2 favorite movies. I would say those are better than Deadpool and Wolverine, in my opinion.
wow.
That's my opinion, though. I feel like it goes it goes Dune is first, second, The Bike Riders, and then Deadpool and Wolverine third.
I made a list of films I've seen this year. Let's see if I can find my best one.
And then Challengers
Uh,
would probably
where
be
is it?
fourth. I really like.
Challengers was bad.
What? You didn't like Challengers?
I hated Challengers so much. I
Oh,
wanted it
I
to
really
end.
liked I really liked that film.
Like you couldn't hear the audio half the time because the music was too loud. The
Uh,
editing was choppy.
oh,
It
I
was
guess I just
bad.
I guess I just disagree. I thought it was a really good movie. It might get Oscar nominated.
Mean Girls was a good film. The
Oh,
musical.
no. Oh, I couldn't stand that film.
Argyle. I
That
enjoyed
was okay.
Argyle.
That was okay, in my opinion.
Migration was a beautiful film.
I haven't seen that. Migration?
Iron Claw was sad.
That was last year, but that was a great movie.
It came
Uh,
out this year for us.
let me look it up. If that's true, then that's my favorite movie of this year.
I think it
2023.
came out. I think it came out for you last year, but I think for us it came out in 2024.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Doom Part Two was good.
That was
Um,
really good.
Drive Away Dolls, Pedro Pascal's in that again.
I've
Can't
never
escape it.
seen that.
I can't escape him.
Yeah,
Uh,
Iron Claw was
Kung Fu
amazing.
Panda 4 was no. Back to Black was a good film.
Oh, yes, the Amy Winehouse movie, that's probably 5th on my list. I really like that
Civil
movie.
War wasn't all that.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. Maybe that would be 5th instead of the Back to Black. They're about tied.
Abigail was a good film.
Abigail? I don't think I've seen that.
It's a vampire film. It's got
Oh. You know, all the really good movies are coming out later this year. Like, they got
The
Joker
Fall Guy.
2.
What do you think about that?
Oh, I forgot about that movie. Yeah, that movie's I mean, I really liked it, but it's a shame I forgot about it for a second, but, that movie would probably be 4th instead of Challengers, then Challengers would be 5th, I feel like.
We
Either
got
no,
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That
um,
was a good film.
yeah, yeah,
If it's a film that not many people have really spoken about.
yeah. Oh, that's the Imaginary movie, right? Imaginary Friend. I really
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
really like that movie. That'd probably be somewhere in my top 10 for sure. Yeah, I
The
think that
Strangers Part 1 wasn't all that.
terrible, trash, big
Ferocia was a
hole.
good film.
Which one?
Ferocia?
I don't think I've seen that.
Furiosa? I think that's what
That
it's
was
called.
pretty good. Furiosa was pretty good. Quiet Place was pretty good. Um,
The Garfield movie?
Trash.
What about Sting? I don't know if you got Sting in the US.
Sting?
It's a spider movie. It's a horror film about a spider. Goes around eating
Um,
people and pets.
wow, that sounds deeply disturbing. I have not seen it yet.
Bad
Uh,
Boys 4.
bad, bad. I
Inside
don't
Out 2 was great.
That was really good. That was really good. That's the biggest I was surprised how much money that movie's making. It's like a big win for Disney is really killing it this year. Like, they got $2 billion films. I'm sure they're, like, living in paradise after all their flops from last year.
To be fair, I think they did lose a lot of money, so I think they're gaining most of that back now.
Yeah. Because Wish was, um I think that was the last Disney film. That film was a gigantic failure on epic proportions. Like, that film really lost money.
Yeah.
But,
Something in the Water.
I don't think I saw
It-
that.
It's a shark film. It's basically these
Oh.
four girls. They are going to get married. To this, no, to this person's going to get married, and there's four girls. They go on a boat. And then one of them gets eaten. Like their leg gets eaten in the water because they go into shark-infested waters. So they get on this boat trying to get back home. They speed and they go on to a. They hit a rock. The boat breaks. It sinks and then they all get eaten basically one by one, and I think like two of them survive at the end or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a very bad film. I'd rather not watch it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting, to say the least.
Quiet Place Day One was great. Bike Riders was great.
I feel like it's
Despicable Me 4.
oh god, I can't stand those movies. Did you like it?
Uh, yeah, I think it was okay. I think it could have been improved. I think Despicable Me 4 it's a good film if you're watching it as just like I don't know. Let's say you're gonna like turn it into a production script. So let's say it's the first draft. It's good as a first draft film,
Yeah,
but like you could easily improve on that first draft and make it into like an epic finale to the Despicable Me franchise. I think that's what could have been Despicable Me 4, but this film is more like a first draft sort of film, like bullet points on what they wanted a Despicable Me 4 film, but then had to rush it out due to scheduling.
right. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good way of putting it. I just can't stand those movies because of the Minions. I just wanna put, my I just wanna, like, cut off my ears every time I hear them, like, those Minions, like, oh god.
And you got another 100 years yet.
Oh, yay. Well, hopefully I'm not working in the movie theater, so I don't have to see the ending to that movie over and over and over and over again. How many times I gotta hear "Everybody Rules the World" by the worst version of the song, like, ugh. But, yeah, I
And
think,
we got we're forgetting about Twisters.
that movie was meh. It was the same as the first movie. It's the most creatively bankrupt movie of this year. So
Trailer was
unoriginal.
better.
Yes, it was so unoriginal. I'm so tired of sequels, and I made a video about it. I'm just so sick and tired of like the sequels and prequels and all that crap. Like we need some more original stuff like Bike Riders and Dune. But yeah, do you want?
Harold and the Purple Crayon came out the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like If a little bit?
Uh, I guess it's like this. I don't know if you grew up with Harold and the Purple Crayon, but I did.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
real thing.
yeah, I
Oh,
think it's a TV show, and
oh,
it's
I never knew that.
an animated show. And then they go into like the real world because they're trying to find God because the narrator stops narrating. And yeah, so they go into the real world and they become like actual real people instead of animations anymore.
Huh.
And then trying to find the narrator, and then yeah, it's basically the entire film. They're trying to find the narrator. It's
Interesting.
I think it's Zachary Levi. I think his name
Yeah,
is.
Zachary Levi, Shazam, and Chuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know more from Chuck. Did you ever watch that show? It's one of my all-time favorite shows.
No, I don't think I've seen Chuck.
Oh, you gotta check that out. I don't know where that would be streaming for you in the UK, but highly recommend that show. Chuck is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. It's like the perfect blend of comedy and action and romance. But but yeah, anyway, we're going
I
way
have to
off.
check it.
What's that?
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, do you want to go into talking about Comic-Con news and Captain America 4? We'll start off with that.
Yeah, yeah,
And we'll save
and
the
then
best.
if there's anything to add about Deadpool, we can always
Yeah.
tangent on about that.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. But yeah, we'll save the best for last. The one that is gonna probably I have a lot to say on. I'm sure you have many thoughts on the Doom stuff. But yeah, we'll
Yeah,
start off with Captain America 4. They showed a trailer, they showed the cast for it. I think they showed the directors from the writers of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was a show that exists to say the
yeah,
least.
yeah.
Not really
A
excited about
show
this.
that I didn't finish.
A show that I unfortunately finished and I thought was a big waste of time. Especially since the stupid thing is he became Captain America at the end of Endgame, and then he in the beginning of the show he's like, I don't want to be Captain America now, and then he becomes Captain America again at the end of
What's
the
the
show. So I was
point?
like, what's the point of this show for him to go through a journey that we already knew he was going to go through? Like that show is so stupid. Um, yeah, but it's from those writers. This movie has had like a million reshoots.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
The
heard about
budget's
that.
like 400 million or something.
Jeez. Where's
Like
my 400 million?
yeah, it's like one of the most expensive movies ever made.
This
Um,
country's in a financial bankruptcy. We need that 400 million. Give it to us.
yeah, it's that Disney money. It's that Disney money for you. They somehow have unlimited money, probably from
That's
tax
what I don't
write-offs.
understand. Both of our countries are basically financially bankrupt, but they can still make 400 million films.
Who? Your country?
Yeah, both our countries are financially bankrupt.
Oh, as UK is too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh, I'm sorry.
I think you've got like a 10 million, no, 10 billion black hole.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's nice.
from like I think that's how deep we are in debt. We're 10 billion in debt.
That's that's great. Can we just like I don't know government too well.
Yeah,
That's
but,
why I
but,
stay away
but
from.
my,
Can't you
my
just
point
print out
is,
money?
my point is that
Yeah.
they can make $400 million films, but they can't take a film or two away and give it to us for the country.
Yeah, that's true. Do we really need like Secret Invasion?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. Do we need like Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Do
the
we
yeah. Oh wait, you mean the
do
Falcon
we
and Winter
really need
Soldier, right?
She-Hulk?
You mean Falcon and Winter Soldier, not Captain America the Winter Soldier?
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, not the movie. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Falcon, yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay. Oh no, you're good. I thought you were saying you wish like the second Captain America movie didn't exist. I
oh
was
no,
like,
Captain America and the Winter Soldier was great.
yeah, okay, good. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page on that.
Yeah,
um,
sorry, that's what I meant. Falcon and Winter
oh,
Soldier. They're both the same. It's just one little thing got changed.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Do
Um,
we really need another Planet of the Apes? Do we really need another Godzilla film?
oh, those movies are trash. Godzilla, in my opinion. Um,
Do we
But
need
yeah,
another Venom 3?
um, I feel like we did. Glad that movie exists, Deadpool 3.
Did we really need long legs?
That's a small studio, so they probably like didn't really make much money, yeah, so yeah, this budget's really crazy with Captain America 4. Um, I'm still not excited even with the what did you think of the trailer? Do you think it looks good? Or you
I
think
think it looks very similar to Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
um kind of. I mean, we have Red Hulk as the villain, and I think the Green Hulk, our Hulk, Bruce Banner Hulk, is going to be in this as well. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be good, but the trailers I thought looked like it hyped up the movie. I know it's going to be trash, though. Hopefully, I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
look at Twisters.
What's that?
Look at Twisters.
What about Twisters?
It was a good trailer, but then the film was
Uh,
quite bad.
oh yeah, yeah. It's like Twisters and Long Legs too. I felt like the trailer for Long Legs was pretty good as well. Um,
Or the
yeah. So
Suicide Squad, the first one.
oh, yeah. Yeah, that I mean, I kinda enjoyed that one, not gonna lie. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. Um, I feel a bit embarrassed to say I like that film, but I think the second one was a lot better though. Um, but yeah, I think it looks good. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I mean, you never know. I mean, we'll see. It's from the people that made Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that film
I mean,
was
apparently every single time they've done an audience review, I think the last 3 times where they did the last lots of reshoots, the audience didn't like it.
oh, really?
Yeah. I think that's why they had to keep reshooting it because the audience didn't like the film.
At that point, you just release the thing, it's still gonna make money. I mean, if it was that bad where they needed to reshoot it to the point where the budget was, like, $400,000,000, like and they
I feel
added
bad for the actors, man.
yeah, yeah, they've been making this film since 2021. It's like a 3-year movie in progress, like, what the like, how do you not I feel like to make this film, it'd be so simple, like, I feel like there's so many interesting things you can do with Sam as Captain America. And they're just choosing the stupidest things to do with him, like with Red Hulk and the
I'll send an email to Kevin Feige to come interview you.
Kevin Feige. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm like better than Kevin Feige or anything, but there's like a lot of things I feel like that they could do with this, in my opinion,
No,
to
no, I
make.
mean like to come interview you to then join their team
Oh
to act
yeah,
as host.
I take that job in a heartbeat. I'd like, all right, listen, let's restructure this, let's restructure that. I had like a pitch of what I would want to do for like phase 4, 5, and 6 to the and what like, I made a video sort of, like, talking about it, and I feel like they could've really organized things, but instead they just threw darts on the dartboard and like, "Let's do an Agatha show. Let's do an Ironheart show. Let's
Did,
do"
did, did we really need an Agatha show?
No, that show looks generic as hell.
That
Like
could be more money going to our country.
yeah, more to charity and stuff, but, yeah, I definitely, I hope it's good. I think it looks alright. They added Giancarlo Esposito's character in
Oh
reshoots.
no, no, not
His
him.
character was a last minute addition,
I can't
so all his
escape it.
dialogue is gonna be new. They added a writer to this to rework the script. They had the Russos work on this film. I've heard, I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case because this looks like the Winter Soldier 3.0. Um, yeah, I don't
I
really
mean, I think they even got shot for shot on the poster as well.
the
So
really?
you had a poster with the Red Hulk holding Cap's shield, and I'm pretty sure there was a poster of Cap's shield for the Winter Soldier. They've literally taken
Yeah.
a shot for shot.
Yeah, oh man, I'm just remembering like the days of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, seeing that trailer for the first time where he catches Steve's shield. I was just like, man, the MC really has like fallen, in my opinion.
But
It's
back
it's
then, that's when they took their time on their project. They didn't pump out a project every 2 seconds.
yes, definitely.
Did we
And
really need an Echo show?
I actually like the Echo show. I feel like it fit nice. I feel like if Netflix it felt like a Netflix made it. You know what I mean? It had that street thing, street like Daredevil, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, it felt like it fit into that Defenders universe, and I feel like that would've been a show that Netflix would've created if they still were making the Netflix street level shows. But yeah, anything else you wanna say about this? I just think this is gonna be bad, and it's gonna be a mess with
I think
$400 million down the drain.
um, I think if me and my girlfriend do go to it, we're gonna see a lot of the editing mistakes.
Yeah, and you see the reshoots because 'cause they're gonna age 3 years all of a sudden from the amount of reshoots they've had with this film. It was supposed to come
Yeah,
out.
no, I think it's just gonna be a big mess.
Hopefully, that isn't the
And,
case.
and
Maybe
and
the
they've had to. I think they've had to just pump this film out because they're just like we just spent so much money on this. We just got to throw it out now.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, I didn't like how they made I wanna say they made a joke about the recasting. I don't know if you noticed in the trailer, but they kinda, like, hinted at it. It was like, "Yeah, I noticed you lost the mustache there," you know? Did you notice that with the recasting with Harrison Ford?
Yeah, I think I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they, like, kinda make a joke about he's like, "Hey, you look different now," and it's like, "Yeah, I had to lose the mustache or lose the election." I'm just like it's like, "Are you making a joke about a dead actor?" Like, William Hurt is an incredible actor. He didn't do that with Chadwick Boseman. William Hurt deserves the same respect that Chadwick
I
Boseman
mean,
had.
yeah, you can sort of get away with that with Deadpool, but when you come like with the divorce and stuff, you can get to the fine line with Deadpool with
Yeah,
that
but
sort of
yeah,
stuff. But
they
like
just
with,
made
with
fun of it.
Captain America, it's a more of a serious film.
Yeah, and I'm gonna worry. Oh god, they have quips in this movie like they do with the other MCU. This movie does not need quips. Like Winter Soldier had.
I think the film is gonna follow the same structure and any other Marvel Cinematic Universe film does because they have a structure they always go with.
Yeah, but they like the Winter Soldier though. That movie didn't have quips. It had like it wasn't forced comedy in the Winter Soldier. It was comedy that just like naturally happened. Like there was
Yeah.
funny moments, but it wasn't like forced in there. A
But I
lot
think
of the
that
new
helped
MCU stuff.
chemistry between obviously Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans.
Yes, yeah, they just had like natural comedy. It wasn't like forced in there every 10 seconds because they think the Marvel fans' attention span is like horrible. Um, but yeah, I really hope they don't have forced comedy in this. Um, and yeah, that I just felt like that joke was a bit disrespectful in my opinion, because they wouldn't have done that with Chadwick Boseman. It would have been different if the actor was still alive, but since he wasn't alive, I felt like the joke was kind of in bad taste. So that already left me with a bad taste in my mouth about this film. But I hope it's good. I don't think it's gonna be good though. But
They're
what
probably
about
going to come out when the film comes out and say, look, like, we didn't mean it in a malicious way, like PR sort of thing.
yeah, I mean, no one's really talked about it. I've seen a few people talk about like the joke was in bad taste, but in my opinion, I thought that was. But I hope this movie's good. I mean, we're seeing Red Hulk for the first time, so that should be interesting. And Harrison Ford is a really good actor. It's cool seeing him finally in the Marvel universe. And yeah, any final thoughts you have about Deadpool? I mean, not Captain America 4. Oh,
No, I think you covered most of it.
okay, cool. Yeah, and you think it? Do you think it's
I,
gonna be
I don't
good?
really have like a lot of thoughts for Captain America. Was it Captain America 3?
This one's
Yeah,
4.
4. Yeah, because Civil War. But did
Yeah,
that really count as a Captain America film? Or was it like an Avenger film?
that was kind of like Avengers 2.5.
So I
That
count
movie's great
it as a
though.
Captain America film. So Captain America 3, technically.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I'm not massively excited for it. It's not really a film I'm
yeah.
desperately going to watch. I'm probably just going to buy it when it goes on streaming or something. Like I don't think I'm going to go into the theaters to watch it.
Oh wow, you don't think so? You don't
No,
think
I'm
you're
I'm
gonna
not
see?
that excited for Sam Wilson's Captain America. To be honest, it's just
I
I
I
don't
was
know.
when they first did the switch in Endgame, but then they kind of fumbled the bag on it.
Yeah, I think I watched one episode of the was
Falcon and
it
Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I think I just got bored.
Yeah, it was pretty boring and just bad. Winter Soldier's not even in that movie, but yeah. So let's talk about
Oh yeah,
Fantastic
because
Four.
Bucky's in the Thunderbolts now, ain't he?
Oh yeah, yeah, he's in the Thunderbolts now. I didn't add this onto the list because they didn't really like talk about that. I mean, they showed the cast and that was it. They're still like they didn't really do anything with their panel at Comic Con. Did you want to talk about Thunderbolts or no?
There's not really much to talk about, like you said.
Yeah, they didn't really
Obviously
do
we know
anything.
who's going to be in it.
Yeah, they didn't like release a trailer or anything. They just
I
kind of brought the
think
cast
because
on
I
stage.
think they're still filming. I think.
I'm not 100% sure. That'd be crazy if they still are.
I think
That
they're definitely still editing, so I don't think they've got any footage yet ready for a trailer.
yeah. Um yeah, so yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so Thunderbolts, they did have them on the panel. They did say some information about Captain America 4, which was cool. That's why I added that in here. And also another big news drop is what they did with the Fantastic Four. Um, there's our cast right there. Um, so did you see the Comic Con leaked footage of the Fantastic Four sneak peek?
I think I saw a little bit of it, but
You
it
did.
wasn't that clear because people were filming it on their phones.
Yeah, it was
So
like
I think I'll wait for the trailer to drop on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw it. I don't know when they're gonna be doing that, but I saw the sneak peek that they did with it. It's very interesting. Well, first off, the Fantastic Four is gonna be taking place in another universe, in like this not hyper realistic, but like it's like the future. It's a futuristic 1960s New York, which is very interesting.
Huh.
Um, and yeah, the trailers, it looks very like
So a
another
bit like what
universe.
Back to the Future 2 did then, with all the skateboards and stuff.
Um, yeah, it looked like Back to the Future, it looks like Star Wars, the prequel era, the
Huh.
whole the New York '60s. It looked like it was Star Wars in the prequel era. It looked very interesting. The way that they're going about it. This doesn't feel like a generic MCU piece of crap. Like this
I
feels
mean, they
really.
sort of got to treat it with respect, considering the last Fantastic Four film didn't do that well.
Oh, that was yeah, they were all really bad, pretty much. But yeah, it looks like that they're gonna treat the Fantastic Four with respect. But the sneak peek, it looked really unique. It's not shot like a normal generic MCU film. It looks like there's not generic comedy in it. Um, it looks like a lot of effort and care is being put into this more than like a lot of MCU films, and I'm really excited. I like the director they have for it. The only thing I don't like is Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. I feel like that's
I
a
think we
really
should
bad
both take
casting.
a shot every time we see
What's
an
that?
actor. I think we should take a shot of alcohol when we get home or something. Every time we see an actor in a reoccurring film. So like, mine is that guy that's in the new Captain America film, and then your one is Pedro Pascal.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like he's like in
He's in
everything. Like
Gladiator 2 as well.
he is in Gladiator 2. In that movie looks so generic, and
It
why
took
is he
him
in Gladiator?
24 years to make another one.
It didn't take they wanted to make another one because the studio is desperate for money. That's the only it's like, "Oh, we have this classic film. Let's make this into a franchise because why not?" And let's get 89-year-old Ridley Scott to return, and he hasn't really made great movies in a long time.
Wait, hold on. Well, why is it with them getting the 89-year-olds at the directors back? Because they got Tim Burton to do Beetlejuice 2 again. Now they're getting Ridley Scott to do, well, to, I think, oversee Alien and do Gladiator 2. Hold on.
Yeah.
Seeing a
Yeah.
pattern.
Well, I mean, Ridley Scott did the original movie, and he did Alien as well. Um,
Alien does look really good, the new one.
it does. It does. It kind of looks like a retrend a little bit, but something new and fresh. I'm pretty excited for it. At first, I was pretty sour on it, and then I kind of changed my mind. I think that might be good. Yeah, movies are all the really good stuff that are gonna come out later this year. Like Joker 2. Um, there's a lot to look
Yeah,
forward to.
Joker 2 looks really good.
It does. It really does. But yeah, back with Fantastic Four. Yeah, so this movie looks like it's gonna be really unique, really good. The cast is mostly good, And, yeah, they're doing something really different with this movie, and s did you like WandaVision, by the way? 'Cause
Um,
that's who's directing this.
I think I
The
watched one episode of One Division,
Oh, really? I really like
but
I
but I
thought
know
that
I
was
know what happened in One Division because I watched reviews and stuff. So I saw like a breakdown of what happened in the
yeah.
series.
Yeah, in my opinion, WandaVision was the best Marvel Disney Plus show. It was really good, um, and the show felt unique,
Does
and
Daredevil count as a Disney Plus show?
that was made by Netflix. I don't count that. I don't count
Because
any
they
of
put it
the
onto Disney Plus, so does it count as a Disney Plus show?
No, not in my opinion.
I,
Daredevil's
I
born
I was
again.
gonna say Daredevil, but
Oh yeah, all the Netflix shows are better than the piece of crap Marvel's been putting out on Disney Plus. Like I think WandaVision is better than Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I feel like. And
I
Jessica Jones,
definitely.
maybe.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Jessica Jones season one,
I did. First season, Jessica Jones was really good. Second season was okay. The
but I
third
think
season was
David
bad.
Tennant. I think I enjoyed it because of David Tennant.
Yeah, he's a great actor, a really underrated actor. He could play a hero, he could play a villain, he could play a comedic character or
But whenever I see him playing a villain, I always see the Time Lord victorious now because I grew up with him as the 10th Doctor.
Yeah. I was actually kind of thinking of, like I don't mean to talk about Doctor Who real quick, but I was just thinking about this the other day. It's like, what if they brought back what if we had, like, a Doctor Who multiverse story where all the doctors that they brought back were bad, and it's, like, the good doctors versus the bad doctors? Because I think David Tennant, Matt Smith, even Peter Capaldi, they could all play, like, really great evil characters, so it'd be, like, a really cool dynamic.
Or like the Valiard.
Yeah, maybe they could all play, like, different versions of the Valeyard or something. Well, the Valeyard's supposed to be a bad version of the Doctor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know, I was just thinking about that the other day, like, what if they bring back David Tennant, Matt Smith again, and Pierre Capaldi, and have them play evil versions of the Doctor versus the good versions of the Doctor? Thought that would be pretty cool. Anyway, off topic. I don't know, do you think that'd be cool?
I think if they made the story work, then it'd be pretty cool. But they
Yeah,
don't just like throw him in just for the sake of throwing him in.
yeah, exactly, I agree. I feel like
Like
I
do
feel
it
like
like
that
Deadpool, Wolverine. Like make it work.
yes, I agree. Yeah, I always want substance over, like, with those things. I want, like, good writing. I don't want just to be thrown in there for the sake of it, but I think there's an interesting story to be told with that, and I think they can make it work, in my opinion.
I think they're
Um
doing Star Trek and Doctor Who crossover at some point. I
oh,
think they're hinting at that.
yeah. Oh, I forgot I should put that in the Star Trek news. Do you watch Star Trek?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, they did a bunch of announcements for Star Trek, and they had the trailer for the new show that looks I think it's actually a movie on Paramount Plus. It looks trash with a capital T. Like, oh my god, what are they doing with Star Trek? Um, anyway, yeah,
That,
so
that that could be another video for you to make.
I am making another video
You'll
about Star
probably get
Trek.
like 100 hate comments, but it'd be worth it.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's like 50-50 on Star Trek. It's like with Doctor Who, you're either gonna get a bunch of people that love the show or a bunch of people that hate the show. And if I'm either positive or negative, they're just gonna go after my head and threaten my life because why not? But yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four. Do you reckon they're going to bring back the Fantastic Four car seen in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Not in this movie, I don't believe. I don't I don't think so. Um I think well, Galactus is supposed to be the bad guy in this.
Oh yeah, 'cause that works so well for the second Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, but I think they're doing a comic accurate version of him. Um, and yeah, I think this movie's gonna be pretty good. What about you? You think it's gonna be really good?
I think um, I'm not in the middle. I'm not going to expect too much, but I'm not going to compare it to Fan Four Stick. I'm going to wait and see what the trailers show me, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, this could be an interesting film, or it could be really bad film because obviously trailers have deceived me before. So I'll just
Yeah.
go in blind, middle expectations, and if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be really good though. And I'm hoping for the
Because
best.
obviously we've been let down before. So
Yes. Yeah, we have. The yeah, I hope for the best. I don't know if Doom's gonna be introduced in this. It looks
I
like
think he
the
will be. I think Doctor Doom will be introduced in this one.
you think so?
Yeah, because I think after that it's I think Blade's coming out after that one.
After Fantastic Four?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
finally finalising the announcement date on Blade.
Oh, really?
I think they're
Oh, okay.
finally filming.
God, that movie. They made a joke about that movie in Deadpool too. I
Yeah, I
remember
know.
that.
I think Wesley Snipes said, "Oh yeah, there's only ever going to be one Blade."
Yeah, yeah, that was the joke. That was a joke in the movie. But
Because I think they were talking about Punisher's like rocket launcher, and he was like, "Oh yeah, which one?" There's been like 4 or 5 of them. And he's like, "Oh yeah, and there's only ever going to be one Blade."
yeah, yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, I think this movie's gonna be pretty good. I have faith, except with the Pedro Pascal casting. And it looks like people
But
are really
who would
excited
you
for it.
rather be cast?
As Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Um, well, I really like John Krasinski. I think he could play a good Mr. Fantastic. Um, the original actor was really good. But obviously they're not gonna bring him back. The one from the early 2000s.
yeah, no,
Um,
probably not. No.
and I don't know. Oh, the one have you ever watched the show You on
Yes.
Netflix? I think that guy could play a good Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, I forget right now.
Penn Badgley. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, he could play a good Mr. Fantastic, I feel like. It looks like the, response to the Fantastic Four has been pretty positive as well. Um, I mean,
That's the problem. I
I
haven't
did
heard anything from the Fantastic Four side of things yet.
mm,
But I think my
yeah.
feed's just been flooded with Deadpool and Wolverine dance moves.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I see.
I talked about Fantastic Four on, like, a video, and, like, yeah, one person got, like, really mad at me because I was, like, negatively talking about Pedro Pascal, and I was like, "Oh god." So I don't know. We'll see how the fans feel
I don't think
about
Pascal needs more money. I think he's got enough just from Star Wars.
you don't think he needs more money or doesn't?
I don't think he needs more money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly, but, yeah, there was, like, a yeah, it seems like people are a little bit fighting on Fantastic Four already because I saw in my comments they were fighting with me and some other person. There was, like, a whole comment exchange between these 2 people arguing about Fantastic Four and stuff. I'm just like, "Oh god, when this movie comes out, am I gonna get a bunch of crazy comments like with Doctor Who and, Star Trek and all that?" It's like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
I think you're always gonna get comments like that. To be honest,
Yeah, it's still crazy though, like, it's pretty wild, like, the people that it's just like it's just so weird, like, I've never seen because I'm not really someone that's on the internet. My first time being on the internet is with my YouTube channel. I've never really had social media that much, because I like to live in the real world, I like to say, and, um, yeah, just people are really crazy on social media. It's definitely wild stuff. Did you think is that what kinda did you ever think about doing, like, a YouTube channel, like, with talking about movie reviews and stuff? And do you
I
think
think when I was younger, I used to do it when I was like 13 or 14. Like I used to watch people's reviews. No, no, sorry, I used to watch so Doctor Who aired, finished it, watching it, and then I used to upload my review on YouTube, and then I used to watch people's fan films, review them. But this was years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think you would be able to handle the crazy people? I feel like I've been able to
I
with
think you just gotta just block them out, really.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm able to block it out, but it's just like, man, people are really, like, nuts on this on the internet, especially talking about movies, like,
I
just
think people
movies.
are so passionate about the films they're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of passionate, we're going into Doctor Doom.
Yes, Doctor Doom. Yes, yeah, I pretty much, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be in Fantastic Four, but I felt like that was a good leeway. because we're gonna talk about Fantastic Four. I mean Doom, and then we'll talk about some of the DC news. Um, but yeah, so what are your thoughts? RDJ returning, Doctor Doom, and he's gonna be the bad guy of the Avengers movie, or at least one of them. I don't know if he's gonna be the bad guy for Secret Wars.
I think it's a very interesting concept if they do the story right. So they could do like a multiverse sort of story with Doctor Doom being Robbie Downey Jr., having like the tin Iron Man mask from when he built it in the cave, and that could be Doctor Doom's mask from when he killed Iron Man or something in the cave and kept the mask as a trophy. And yeah, it could be a very interesting film if, like, I don't know, let's say um, Tom Holland's Spider Man is fighting Doctor Doom and the mask comes off and he's like, like he's shocked, he's traumatized. He's like, hold on, like, why am I fighting you? Like, you are my idol.
Right.
And then Pepper Potts comes out and is like, Tony. And it's like, I'm not Tony. Who is Tony?
I'm
I
Victor
am
Von
Victor.
Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah,
That
definitely.
this could really traumatize all the characters who looked up to him, who kneeled down before him in Endgame. And I think they could do this really well because the Russo brothers are coming back, who wrote Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War and Winter Soldier, who are they're all fantastic films. I think they will do a fantastic job at doing these two next Avenger films.
Right. Yeah,
What about you?
that's like pretty good. Yeah, you make some really good points. It definitely has the potential if it's done right. I mean, it is by the Russos. They Endgame's great. Infinity War is really good. Civil War is amazing. Um,
And
and
Captain
Winter
America,
Soldier is
the
really
Winter
good
Soldier.
too.
Yeah,
What was that?
I was saying Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yes. Yeah, so they got the goats back. But the Russos haven't really done that great outside of they haven't done that great recently post Endgame outside of the Marvel universe.
Well, what projects have they done? I haven't really seen them in any projects.
They did Cherry with Tom Holland. Um, that movie was okay. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see Cherry? It's like a it was like a, murder psychological film. Um,
Huh.
they did The Gray Man on Netflix. Did you see that?
Oh, the one with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling,
That
Chris
film was great.
Evans.
I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. That was probably the best thing that they made outside of Endgame. But I thought it was pretty good. Like when I watched like after Endgame, I would expect like the Russos to make great films. That was just pretty good, you know. What else did the Russos do? They did a few other things outside of Marvel recently. Did they do the Extraction films?
I'm not sure.
Oh no, they didn't do that. I'm looking it up. Yeah, no, they just did like a few things. I know Cherry was the one that was most popular
To be
and most
fair,
hated.
films do take about 2 years to make.
For what?
Like to make films, it takes about 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, and they're making this. Yeah, I guess they're starting production very soon with the Avengers movies. But
I heard they
yeah,
haven't got a director yet.
for which one?
Secret Wars and
No,
the Doomsday film. I heard they haven't got a director yet for it.
no, they're doing both Secret Wars
Yeah,
and
but I
Doomsday.
mean, like for the film coming out, I think 2026 or something. They haven't got a well the next Avenger film. They haven't got a new. They haven't got a director for it.
No, the Russos are directing that one.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're directing Doomsday and Secret Wars back to back,
Oh,
like they did with Infinity War and Endgame.
oh.
Yeah. But you think they should do that or no?
No, I just heard that they ain't got a director. I thought they were just writing the film. I didn't know they were directing as well.
Yeah, yeah, they're doing both. And the writer they got Yeah, they're writing it, and then they got the writer that they worked with on Infinity War and Endgame.
I'm
That
just
writer,
glad they don't have the Ant-Man free writer that was slated to write it.
yes, and the Shang-Chi director, or I think he was, yeah, I think it was the Ant-Man writer and the Shang-Chi director that they were originally going to do Kang, and then I think
I don't
they
know. The
hadn't.
Shang-Chi director wasn't that bad.
Um, I
Like,
kind of
like,
just,
like his fighting moves are pretty good. Like the fight scenes.
yeah, definitely we probably got some interesting fight scenes. I don't know. I felt like I felt like I didn't really like the way that movie was and directed and stuff. So I'm glad he's no longer returning. But I don't know. I hope we get something good. Now with RDGA being cast as Doom, though, I mean, I know there's definitely potential, like you were saying, and if they do it right, I don't know. It's kind of worse than like Hugh Jackman coming back. I really didn't want Robert
I
Downey
think that's
Jr.
what they're trying to do, though. I think they're trying to get all the old. Is it old characters? I don't know if that's the right word. The prior characters to come back and reprise their role. So like
Yes,
Tobey Maguire, I heard is coming back with Hugh Jackman in
yes.
Secret Wars. That would blow up the box office so hard.
Yeah, definitely will. It's just, yeah, like you said, just depends on how they do it. And I don't have any doubt that Robert Downey Jr. could play Doctor Doom. Like he was amazing in Oppenheimer as the bad guy.
I think Robbie Downey Jr. came back because of the paycheck. Do you know how much he's getting paid?
Yeah, he's getting paid like $80 million.
80 million plus box office revenue. So if
Yeah.
it does really well, he gets that as well on top.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely don't have any doubt that he can not play the role because I know some people were saying that he's
So
like,
I think he's getting paid like 100 million for this role.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
No, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know what what he's gonna do with that.
I
Um,
don't know where they're whipping 100 million from.
yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know where. I'm sure the movie's gonna make more than that, and
So,
like,
hold on. So if the budget is 400 million, let's say, 100 million of that is just Robbie Downey Jr. playing the role.
yes,
That's without the equipment, paying all the other staff members, traveling. So this movie is going to probably be close to about 1 billion, just in budget wise, getting all the actors to come back, paying them, paying all their contracts, getting all the travel.
um,
Where are they going to find the money to fund 1 billion? Oh wait, that they did the Lord of the Rings series. I'm sure they'll be fine.
yeah, that TV show was like 250 million, and well, let me see what was the budget for Endgame.
I think the
Uh,
Lord of the Rings series was like close to 1 billion, so I'm sure they'll be fine.
the budget for Endgame was 356 million, so I feel like Secret Wars and Doomsday would probably have to be like 400 or
Well, it's
500
got to be
million.
more than 400 because 80 mil of that is just Robbie Downey Jr.
Yeah, and that's like I think at most he got paid like 50 million at least per
Yeah, so if 80 million of that is just Robbie Downey Jr. and it's like a 400 mil film, that means they then got to find the other 220 million in their budget to shoot the film, do reshoots, do advertising. I think they get a little bit extra for advertising. I think sometimes they get like 200 mil for advertising if they're lucky. Then you got to pay all the staff, you got to get all the camera equipment, you got to fund the script and everything else. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the budget's definitely pretty big. I mean, if the Captain America movie's like 400 million, then
But
I'm
then,
sure
but
they don't
then
have
you
no
got to think
problem.
about if the budget is really big, you then got to think about what's the return revenue like. Is it gonna be bigger than the budget? Because you got to earn about I think a little bit over the budget to just break even.
Yeah,
And then if you double what you make in your budget, you then get the green light to make another film. So then what are they gonna do if this film doesn't make as much as like they're hoping?
they're just gonna have to release it. Like they Like some movies do,
Because
they just
are they filming both of these films back to back, or are they waiting for the green light, then filming it?
they're filming it back to back.
So they just got to pray and hope that this film does well then.
Yeah, I'm sure it will do well, at least well enough to. I mean, if you got Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, and Robert Downey Jr. in a film, and it's a Marvel film, pretty sure that's gonna really like bring in a lot of people, plus other heroes too.
I know. I'm just thinking like budget wise, but people never think about that. Like to get another green light on a series or a film, it has to get really good ratings and it has to break even or at least double its budget.
Yeah, yeah, but it sounds like they're just gonna they're filming it back to back, like they filmed Endgame back to back. So um
I don't know.
yeah,
Endgame did do really well on Infinity War, so I've got high hopes for the budget. But I'm just saying, like, if 80 million of that is just Robbie Downey Jr., then how much is all the other actors gonna cost?
yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot. The movie's probably gonna be like a 400, $500 million budget.
Because depending who they get back, that's gonna really up the budget. So let's say they get Tom Holland back. Tom Holland's probably gonna want a good 2 to 3 million at least. Let's say they want to get Hugh Jackman back, he's gonna want a good 10 million at least. So then that's already 13 million off their budget.
Yeah, yeah,
People
it-
never think about that when making a film. They're like, "Oh, I want this actor to come back or that actor to come back," and I'm like, "Okay, let's look at how much they want in a film. Okay, and then what's the budget? Okay, and let's minus that from the budget. What about the other staff members then? What about the camera crew? What about the lighting? What about the lenses? The reshoots? I think they get extra money for reshoots, but sometimes that has to factor into the budget. What about um, travel, the caravan site they have to pay out for, the makeup artists, or the
yeah,
runners.
yeah. There's a lot that they have to pay for, and the
Like
actors
you
are
look at
paid
the
for.
credits, yeah, and that's like I don't know. Let's say the credits is like 7 minutes long. You never think about it, but all those people written in the credits are real people,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
and all those people have worked on this particular film. Let's say there's over 1,000 people in one film. You times that by like what, 12, £14 an hour? Let's say how many, like, let's say they did like 1,000 hours each. That's like what? I'm just doing basic maths. That's like what, 28k a year, every one of them. That works out to be quite a lot.
Yeah,
But no one ever thinks about that when you make a film.
yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, yeah. At the end of the
I think
day,
the CGI cost the most as well.
they kind of been like not paying a lot with the CGI, but yeah, that costs a good amount for the budget.
I think the CGI. I think that. I think for Iron Man is a lot of CGI. If anyone want to go Iron Man, I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman's mask is CGI. So that's more money they have to spend out.
Yeah, and they also talk about
Costume.
Tom Cruise being in this, so that's sure that's gonna cost
Yeah,
a lot of
Tom
money.
Cruise is gonna want like 20 mil just there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it costs a lot. People don't realize how much a film costs.
yeah, it's very true. Um,
Obviously, me and you do. So we're going to be in the media industry one day. So obviously, we have a good rough idea. But
yeah,
all like just normal moviegoers have no clue.
yeah, it's very true. Um, yeah, this movie's gonna be really expensive. It's gonna be like $500 million budget, especially with the amount of actors that they want to
And,
bring
and then,
back.
then they got to try and make that back with ticket sales.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy.
We're in a financial crisis in this country, but yet, how comes that at least I'd say half of that is probably the UK going towards Deadpool and Wolverine, and let's say it's made 250 million. So let's say, yeah, okay. So let's say this country, half of this country went towards Deadpool and Wolverine. They made 250 million. How comes we're still in a financial crisis and people saying they can't afford stuff? But yet, how comes all the Deadpool cups are sold out in the theaters in our country? in where I live. Hold on,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. That's pretty,
Or how comes every time I go into like a retail shop, I see all like the alcohol sold out, or I see all like the fizzy drinks sold out. Hold on, we're in such a big financial crisis, yeah.
yeah.
Did you have the same in your area? All the Deadpool cups sold out, or
Yeah, it's pretty sold out in my theaters. Or my theater, I mean, the one I work in. A lot of people really want to buy that, and I think it's being bought a lot online a lot too.
within less than a week, all the Deadpool cups sold out where I
Yeah,
live.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. A lot of people
All
really
the
want to
Inside
watch
Out
it.
2 cups sold out within a week as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a financial crisis. Hold on.
Yeah, it's pretty
If
wild
there's
stuff.
such a financial crisis, how comes Deadpool and Wolverine's getting 500 million? Hold on. Because
Yeah, I guess.
let's say 500 million divided by 12. How much money did people spend? Hold on. 500 million divided by what's how much is a theatre ticket? Like £12, ain't it? So that means 41 million pounds and dollars have gone into Deadpool and Wolverine, just like how much has been spent. Oh no, sorry, no, hold on, no, no, that's wrong. Sorry. So 500 million pounds has been spent on ticket sales for Deadpool and Wolverine. So that means 41 million people have gone to watch the film.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
If each theatre ticket is £12, that's excluding 4DX, that's excluding IMAX and all that. That's just including the 2D tickets where I live. Let's say everyone went to go watch 2D and it got 500 million. That means 41 million people have gone to watch the film.
It's pretty
So
wild. It's
if
pretty
you add
wild.
all IMAX and 4DX and all that, I'm gonna say it's probably around 30 million people have gone to watch the film.
Wow, it's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. It's a lot of people.
that is probably about how much fit into a stadium? Like what, 7,000 people? So that's probably about no 70,000 people. Sorry, so about 7 football stadiums jam packed with everyone watching Deadpool and Wolverine at the same time.
Oh wow, that's really crazy.
I worked it all out the other day, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a lot of people."
Yeah,
Because people never think about that. How did they get the 500 million in the first place? All these people would have had to go to the theatre to pay out money because obviously my unlimited thing doesn't matter because that doesn't pay for it. So unless it pays for the amount of plays it does in the film, I don't know. I don't think that counts. So all these people have gone to the ticket thing, they've paid for it. I think all that revenue then goes to the film and that adds up, and I think that's how they got the 500 million.
yeah, definitely.
If that makes sense. I'm sorry I went on a tangent.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, yeah, I think that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
was trying to work out my maths.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, a lot of people went to this film, is what I'm saying, and paid
Yeah,
money to watch this film.
yeah, yeah, it's very true. Yeah, this movie's gonna make a ton of money for Disney. It's probably gonna
How
get.
much do you reckon it's going to make? Because in the first week, it's already made 500 mil. Where do you think it's going to stop?
I think it'll get like 1 billion. I think it'll be the rated, highest grossing rated R movie of all time. And I
I
saw
don't
some.
know. I think Joker 2 might get there.
Yeah, maybe Joker 2 will be better, but I think it'll beat out the first. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this movie's pretty big.
Do you reckon
I'm
it's going to beat Doom Part 2?
Was that rated R? I think that was PG-13, right?
Was that? I'm not
Uh,
sure.
I think Dune 2 made a lot of money. I don't know. Maybe I think definitely because it's Marvel.
Let me
So
see how much Doom Part 2.
yeah,
Doom Part 2 Part three, no, part two. Box office. Let's just go to box office. That worked. 711 million. So
700 million?
Deadpool only has to make another 200 million or
To be
250
pretty
million more, and it's
yeah.
already beaten Toon. Let's see how much Inside Out made actually, because I think
Inside Out 2 made like 1.5 billion.
Inside Out 2 box office. I'm interested in how much that made. It overtook the Avengers, so that's interesting.
Oh wow.
1.46 billion. Jeez.
Oh
Wow.
really?
I'm curious. Does the Deadpool cups contribute to the revenue the film makes, or is it just ticket sales?
I believe so. I believe the theater and the movie studios, movie companies get percentage of that from what my managers told me. At least that's how it is in America.
Hmm. I didn't know if the cups count as well, or if it was just them paying to watch the film.
It's a mixture of both.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they both go to the studio and a percentage goes to the theaters. Theaters make
I,
most of
I
their money.
paid I paid £44 for my 4DX tickets because it was £22 each. 'Cause I didn't know if my card was going to work in that particular area. So I think I added to the box office numbers.
Nice.
Did you? Did you pay for any tickets or?
I get to see my movies for free, and I don't pay for any of the Deadpool or Wolverine merch. It's with my discount. I think it's like oh no, I did get they did I could get it for free. I think the Deadpool and Wolverine they were giving them out to some of us.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah,
Are you
and
going to buy the baby Deadpool cup? It's a
maybe
popcorn bucket and cup.
yeah. They had the Wolverine bucket. I know
What?
that. That's pretty
I didn't
funny.
get that.
The Wolverine bucket, right?
Send it
You
to
didn't get
me.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Um,
We didn't get that here.
you didn't get the
I'm
Wolv
gonna have
that
to
was pretty
order it off
funny.
eBay or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you a link to it later, but, yeah. Yeah, we got, like, the Wolverine bucket and some of the merch and stuff.
I want a popcorn Wolverine bucket. All
Yeah.
we got was the cups and baby Deadpool, which cost a fortune.
I think the Wolverine bucket was kinda too crude maybe for the UK, or I
Yeah,
don't know.
mate.
It was kind of inappropriate. It was funny, the Wolverine buckets, and they were selling it to kids.
Yeah, I
But,
think not people in the UK they would use it for inappropriate things that I'm not going to say on live.
yeah, definitely. Do you have any final thoughts on our Robert Downey Jr. casting before we move on to the DC news?
I think people are saying that like it's a bit of nepotism
Oh, really?
because they could be casting someone else in the role, and now someone else has lost out on the role.
That is true. I mean, I don't know if it's nepotism, but someone else um could be playing Doctor Doom. But I think he's gonna do a great job, though. I mean, I don't have any doubt that.
But like they could get another Doctor Doom in. It's a multiverse now. Like it's not like it's the single MCU timeline anymore. Like you can get anyone in to play Doctor Doom now. You can get like 5 Doctor Dooms on screen.
Yeah, that's true. I think Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be the main one that we'll be seeing, though. Um,
Like look, like what people don't realize is like this could be like just one variant of Doctor Doom, and it could be another variant of Doctor Doom, like what they did with Kang.
yeah.
Speaking of Kang, what do you think of them throwing away the storyline?
I feel like Kang. I do like the switch to Doctor Doom. I think it should have been Doctor Doom from the start. Um, Never was into Kang as the big bad. I think it'd be cool for like a big bad of an Avengers film, not in an Ant Man
Well, like
film.
Ultron.
Yeah, exactly. Like Ultron, and I feel like him getting beaten by a bunch of ants really killed his hype in Ant Man
I feel
3.
like Ultron was treated quite badly as well in the film, where like I think that should have been like a whole like overarching story, like what they did in Earth Mightiest Heroes. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I
The
did.
yeah, yeah, you have seen it. That's okay. Yeah, I grew up with that show, and they did Ultron great in that show, and I think that's what they should have done with the films. But I think the trouble with films is that there's only so much interest you can generate into one character before people start getting bored.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I
like you
think
can't make like 12 films about Carnage or 12 films about I don't know Morbius or like that Sandman and that Green Goblin. Like you got to have like a villain that people are going to remain interested in for a long period of time.
yeah,
Because the last thing you want is to lose interest in the audience and then you don't have any ticket sales.
that's true. That's true.
I think that's why they went with Doctor Doom, to be honest, than like Kang or someone else that wasn't Doctor Doom, like I can't like Galactus or um, I'm trying to think of a massive big bad villain.
Beyonder. That's who I think is gonna be the
Or
villain for
they
Secret
could have
Wars.
went for another person, but I feel like going for Doctor Doom is a wise choice,
It is.
considering how well Deadpool and Wolverine's going. I think they're placing their safe bets in a corner to where they're not going to lose as much money as they have done. Looking
Yeah,
at it from a business point of view,
definitely.
I think that's why they've also cut down on loads of shows, cancelled loads of shows.
Yeah, I
Is
think the
that
Ironheart.
they're looking at it as a business point of view now, and they're thinking like, shit, man, how much money have we lost? Do we really need this show?
Yeah, I think the Ironheart show got canceled, and the War Machine
I think a
show.
lot of shows got cancelled now,
Yeah, I think for both Star Wars and Marvel.
which
But
ain't a bad thing to be honest, but it's a bad thing for the actors considering they were looking forward to that show, and now they're like, oh, what do I do now? Where's all my jobs?
yeah, exactly.
Because let's say they, because obviously they get jobs all the time, don't they, from their agents. So let's say, oh yeah, you're scheduled to do this Ironheart show. And they're like, okay, cool. Like I'll follow my other acting schedule roles. Like I'll put it to the side for a minute, and then they're like, oh, um, Ironheart's been cancelled now, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then you go to the other acting roles, and now they've been taken up, and you're like, oh, okay. So what do I do now?
Yeah,
I think no one really thinks about that when they see a show got cancelled. They're like, yes, it got cancelled. Then they never think about, okay, what about all the actors that was scheduled to be in that show?
yeah, that's true. I do think about that stuff sometimes. I definitely never want a show to get canceled. I think I just want good shows. Like it's not the actors' fault. It's like the writing. They
Yeah,
need better writers and directors.
yeah.
But yeah, we gotta wrap up the stream soon, so we'll move on to DC real quick. Um, yeah, some of the DC news. Did you see the trailer for the Commando show?
No, I didn't see much DC related stuff. 'Cause this is all new to me. What you're describing.
What, the DC stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. There's the Commando show is supposed to be connected to the DCU. It's supposed to be the first new thing in the James Gunn DC
Well,
universe.
wasn't it Blue Beetle?
From what they were saying, the Blue Beetle movie, it sounds like isn't canon, but they're just gonna use the actor and they're gonna make a Blue Beetle animated series.
Right.
I think that's what James Gunn was saying they were gonna do with Blue Beetle.
Didn't
Um,
they say the Flash was canon as well? Like that awful Flash film that came out.
it's canon to a multiverse perspective. It's not to the DCU though.
Right.
That Peacemaker, I don't know how that's connected to the DCU because that's
I
supposed
think
to be
series one ain't connected, but series two is somehow.
yeah, something like that. That's coming out later this year or next year, I
I
think.
know the new Superman film is coming out because I keep seeing that advertised everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's coming out next year. I'm surprised they didn't say anything about that. But some of the things that they did announce was and release was the trailer for that show, the new DC logo. I believe this is the new DC logo. I might be pulling up the wrong one. Correct
But,
me
but
down in
why
the
is it
comments.
like this
Sideways.
yeah, but why is it sideways?
I think it's supposed to be like a reference to like the classic DC logo from back in the day. I
It
think it's
looks
supposed to be like
like
more traditional.
going to the White House. You've got like all these stars, and then you've got like the main star in the middle. I don't know if you like the Oval Office. You've got like a star in the middle.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah. That's
that's
kind of
represent. It looks very similar to that.
it does. Yeah, I see some resemblance to that. Um, yeah, but I think the DC logo looks pretty cool. I like the retro look. Um, no new news about the Superman movie, but oh, they did finish filming it though. James Gunn did say that, and um, yeah, that's pretty much for the DCU stuff. Um,
Oh, so they didn't announce that much then.
oh no, that was for the DCU side of things. They did the Batman Caped Crusader. They also said
I heard the
announced.
Cape Crusaders uh, been more popular than the boys now. Like it's the most viewed Amazon show so far.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I heard it's done really, really well.
Yeah, I started watching it. The first 2 episodes were pretty good. I gotta finish the rest of the series though.
How long are the episodes? Like 25 minutes, ain't they?
I believe so. I think it. I forgot. I didn't check the runtime,
Oh,
but
I'll have to check them out.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be at the level of like Invincible, which I think is like the best animated show right now. Um, but yeah, from what I saw so far, it really has a Batman the animated series vibe and set in a new era. It's like in the 30s.
Huh.
And yeah, so
I
they
don't think
really
anything can beat the Brave and the Bold.
what do you mean? The TV
The,
show?
the yeah, the TV show, yeah,
You
the Batman TV show.
what about the 90s animated series?
I don't think it holds up as good as the Brave and the Bold, but I might just be biased because I grew
Oh,
up with the Brave and the Bold.
that's a hot take, you know? That's really
But that's
cool.
got like the Justice League in and everything. I don't know. I think to me it's a better animation style.
Oh,
But
wow.
that's just my opinion. Don't cancel me. I beg.
Yeah, you might get some comments here at the end of the stream, maybe saying some stuff. No, just kidding. I don't know. But
But
yeah, that's a hot
like I
take.
said, I grew up with that show, so I'm more biased than
Yeah.
what I am with animated series.
Yeah, that's fair. Everyone's allowed
And I'm
to.
sure like the younger audience is gonna be more biased towards the Cape Crusader because they grew up with that series.
Right.
It's
That's
like me.
true.
I'll always want a more David Tennant style series with the Doctor and the 11th Doctor series with the Doctor than I would with like Shuri Gatwa because I'm biased because I grew up with that series.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got their own opinions and biases and tastes for certain things. But yeah, and then also, do you hear who got announced as the new booster goal?
Oh, they're
Uh,
doing a Booster Gold series, are they?
yeah, and they announced the actor. It's
Who?
Kumal Ali Nanijani, I believe.
Who? I don't know that actor.
He was in the Obi-Wan show.
Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi
He
show.
was in the Eternals movie.
Yay.
The Big Sick, Stuber. Um, he's like he
he,
plays a comedic part in a lot of movies. He was in the Kenobi show, and he was like Naji, I think that was his name
oh.
in the Kenobi.
He's been in two very flopped shows.
Yeah, and he's also in the Ghostbusters movie too, the new Ghostbusters
Oh,
Frozen
I,
Empire.
I swear that film was also a flop. Hold on.
That was a flop. Yeah, it
Hold
was
on.
really bad.
I see a trend. He's in
Yeah,
very
but
bad films and shows.
yeah, he's our new booster gold. I kind of wish it was Glenn Powell, but we'll see. I trust James Gunn, so we'll see how that goes. But you say you don't know who that actor is?
No, no, I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's our new booster gold. No new
I don't know why they're doing a Booster Gold series. I don't think they need to do one, but that's just me.
yeah, that's fair. It's kind of random, especially so early on. I'm really excited for the Green Lantern series though. That show is going to be so awesome.
I just hope they don't do what Ryan Reynolds did with the Green Lantern.
Oh no, yeah, no,
Where they I do feel bad for Ryan Reynolds because obviously he did all that acting and then they just went over it with like CGI.
yeah, that's
So
true.
most of his acting scenes just sort of just went out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But it sounds like the new Green Lantern show is gonna be a crime thriller. I think that's what James
Oh,
Gunn was saying, and a buddy cop film type of thing with Jon
I mean,
Stewart
I
and
mean that could be interesting.
It is, yeah. It sounds like it's gonna be really serious and galactic
I think
space.
the audience could react differently to this film, considering it's been a little while since Green Lantern has released.
It's gonna be a TV show, The Green Lantern.
Oh, a TV show. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 10 episodes.
10.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Oh,
really good. If they get the right writers for it, I think it could be
yeah.
something really cool.
I don't know,
And
because like I said, the audience reacted really badly to Green Lantern, but that's back when CG was just being a thing.
yes, yeah,
I think if Green Lantern released a year later, the audiences would have reacted a lot differently to the film. But because the CG was a lot, and not many films had massive amount of CGs for suits and stuff, like Green Lantern did at the time, that's why people hated it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But I think now audiences have been more accustomed to CG suits and space shots and everything
right.
um, being more realistic. I think now they're going to be a lot more welcoming, I guess the word is, to the Green Lantern series.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Last thing we're gonna talk about with DC, because we gotta wrap up the stream. I'll just ask your thoughts on the Batman 2 announcements and the Penguin show. That was the last things that they talked about with DC.
Huh. What the Matt Reeves one is it?
Yeah, and they have a name for their universe. I think it's called the Batman Crime
They got
Universe.
that Batman Crime Saga or something. I think I heard it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
The Batman 2 could be interesting. Um, I
it
think they've
sounds
already tried doing a realistic take on Batman before with The Dark Knight.
yeah, but this is like a more faithful adaptation while also being more realistic. It's really
I mean, how
interesting.
much more realistic can you get for Batman?
I, at this point, we're not even gonna have costumes. Like everyone wants to do a realistic take on Batman. We're gonna get to the point where Batman's just in
We're
a
going to see Batman on the streets.
yeah, Batman in like a leather jacket or something. Like it's not
You
even gonna
no
be
longer
Batman
need the
anymore.
police. You just get Batman.
Yeah, Batman the police officer. Maybe that's the most realistic they can take it.
I
But
can see that.
yeah, I don't think we need to get any more realistic. But I really like the Batman movie though. I thought that was really good. I'm excited for the sequel, and the Penguin looks really good as well. Did you see the trailer for that?
I didn't see the trailer for the Penguin one, but I knew there was a Batman Part 2 coming out.
Yeah, yeah. He
I'm
just said,
surprised James Gunn has allowed Batman Part 2, considering he didn't want a Superman and Lois film
"I have
or
no
so.
idea." Yeah, that really
But
pisses me
that's
off.
got nothing to do with his Superman film. But he's allowing the Batman film that's got nothing to do with his universe to stay on.
Yeah, it makes no
Maybe because
sense.
it made more money. I don't know.
I really think they could combine. I know this sounds stupid, and people hate when I say this, but I think they should honestly combine the Batman and the Superman Lois universes into one,
I
and
mean,
then
they
just
could have,
like
yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool because I really like Superman Lois, and I'm sad that it's being forced to end when they want
I
to
feel
keep
bad
going.
for the actors because I think they really enjoyed playing the roles.
Yeah, the actors and the writers too. Like the writers had lots of
Because
ideas.
now the actors have to now try and find something else or someone else to try and play.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope we get to see them again in like a multiverse story or something, especially Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. It's like one of my favorites after a show. But yeah, that's all the time we have. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we end the stream?
Um, what do you think about the Deadpool dance stuff? I've heard a lot of stuff about that.
The Deadpool dance stuff?
Yeah, the Deadpool dance in the beginning of the film.
Um, I thought it was fun. It was a nice nod. I looked into it, like the whole bye 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 thing was like a nice nod to X2 when Wolverine hated that song. So it's kind
Yeah,
of funny that he was playing that song in the beginning 'cause it's like the song that Wolverine hated.
I'm
But
pretty sure the music video got like another million views.
oh, for sure, 100. Same thing with Madonna,
Do you know they
100%.
changed the music video to soundtrack or something from Deadpool and Wolverine in their title?
What was that?
They went back and changed the music video's title to music from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
So then when people go and search, it's quite genius actually.
It is.
Because then when people go and search for the song, it comes up and they get more views. It's quite
Yeah,
genius.
that is really genius. Wow. Yeah, I'm so happy with this movie. This like it's so clever, and the Easter eggs are just like it's really
They
cool.
used a lot of old songs in this film,
I
from what
love
I've
old
seen.
music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did
Yeah.
use a lot of old songs, which was quite interesting.
Yeah, especially
I
since
think they said it was from Ryan Reynolds' own playlist
oh wow.
because he
Yeah,
hadn't. This was a dream of his to do this crossover film.
yeah, he even says
But
it in the film.
yeah, but yeah, this was a dream of his. He tried doing this for years, and he had his own Spotify playlist, I think, and I'm pretty sure some of the music they used was in his own playlist
That's really cool.
because he had a lot of input on this film. I think he was a writer.
He was, yes.
Yeah, so I think he has a lot of input in this film. I'm just
Oh,
glad the writer's strike is over because he could actually improvise and stuff, and that's what he's really good at.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Did you
Oh,
see the film The Proposal?
I did. Yeah, that joke was pretty funny
Yeah,
when we
I
talked about
watched that
that.
yesterday. It was quite interesting
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought. I mean, it's good for the movie.
because I didn't
What it was.
understand the joke at first because obviously I never watched the film.
Oh,
So
you
I
did?
went back and watched the film yesterday. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's quite funny now.
Yeah, I understood all the references. I watched a lot of Ryan Reynolds movies, and I
Oh,
was
so
playing.
you've grown up with Ryan Reynolds then?
Um, yeah, unintentionally. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I never felt anything for his films, but I did grow up watching Proposal. I saw R.I.P.D., Green Lantern.
R.I.P.D. was a good film.
Um, yeah, I kind of disagree, but yeah, but I remember watching that. Yeah, he's a really good actor. I like his films. I'm not like in love with his films or anything, except Deadpool. Deadpool is really good. All three of them.
I think he was made to play Deadpool. To be
Oh,
honest,
100%.
it's like Tom Baker. He was made to play the Doctor. Like so many of these actors are just made for a role. It's like
Robert Downey Jr. as
yeah,
Iron
Robert
Man.
Downey Jr. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I think Jim Carrey. He has so many roles he's made for. I don't know which one to choose.
Jim Carrey is a really underrated actor. Like he can do some of the great serious stuff and then some great comedic stuff. Have you ever
Um,
watched The Truman Show?
yeah, yeah, I have yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite
It's
movies.
like Rowan Atkinson was made for Mr. Bean.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously there's countless more. We could be here for days, but yeah, Hugh Jackman made for the Wolverine easily.
Yeah, definitely. But
I'm pretty sure every film I've seen Hugh Jackman in, he's in a bar.
yeah, that's true.
I
But
tried researching it and I couldn't find anything, but I'm pretty sure every film I've seen him in, he's in a bar. The
in a
Prestige, Prisoners, X-Men,
oh
Deadpool.
really?
I'm pretty sure there's at least one bar scene with him in, or him drinking a beer or something.
Yeah, it's just his favorite thing.
Yeah, he
Uh,
has to advertise them beers.
yeah, definitely. Probably gets like a royalty check from it or something.
He's,
But
he's in, my girlfriend just said he's an undercover alcoholic.
yeah, that's true at this point. Yeah. But
I mean, the way he downed that beer.
and when in Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he just drinks it all at once. It's like his and he was really extra drunk in that movie. Like they really played up the alcoholism.
I think they just said to Hugh Jackman, just be yourself. That wasn't
Yeah.
acting, my girlfriend just said.
Uh, yeah, true.
It's like Robert Patterson. He used to come, I think, on The Lighthouse. He'd come to set drunk to get into character.
Oh, really? Did he
Yeah,
really?
yeah, I
Wow.
think so.
Yeah, he's another underrated actor. But but yeah, that's all the time we have today. If there's any final things you want to say real quick before we end the stream, Cameron.
No, I think we covered a lot of it. But
Yeah.
if there's anything else, and obviously people can like comment on the video, and
Yep.
then obviously we can cover it in the next stream or something.
Yeah, 100%. But this is
Because
probably gonna
obviously
be the
we don't
last.
have enough time to cover everything, so if there's something that we missed or we didn't get to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah, there was a lot to break down, but it's probably gonna be the last stream for a while, everybody. At least from me, because I'm about to go to university. And you're super busy with school, so probably next stream will be around November or December-ish when I go on
Mm.
break.
I'm
Um,
hopefully moving soon, so I'll be quite busy as well.
yeah, yeah, and Cameron's got his the gingerbread film, his gingerbread
Yeah,
film
I've,
that's
I've got
coming
a
up
lot of
soon.
films coming out. I've got obviously Gingerbread Man in
Yeah,
October, and then
shout out all your films.
um I've got the Santa Claus film coming out in December because all my 2024 films now are all done for this year. So now
That's amazing.
be working on next year's project soon
Awesome. Yeah, I
on
can't
that
wait.
grind.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's next from you. And I'll shout out all your TikTok. If you want to check Cameron out, he has a TikTok, YouTube channel where he posts his movies. Instagram, I'll put all that in the comments and in the description down below. And yeah, thanks again, Cameron, for coming on. We'll
And
probably come back.
make sure to check out your content as well.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, check out some of mine if you want to see some okay videos. But yeah, thanks for everyone who joined. And yeah, we'll probably stream again sometime in like November and December, maybe sometime sooner. But yeah, bye guys. Okay.
Mm.
And